Boys, the world's been absolutely insane the past 7 days. We had the craziest night in the NBA. It's St. Patrick's Day. I was on House of Highlights, and it's our 2-year anniversary of the show.
There's a lot to cover today.
Insane.
Yeah.
And what sucks is that if we didn't miss like a couple weeks ago, this would have been the 100th episode dropping pretty much on our 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
But life happens, things happen.
Snow happens.
Exactly. That was
Puerto
the main
Rico
reason why
does as well.
Exactly. Puerto Rico and snow, not together because that would kind of be weird if it did. But otherwise, you would be seeing our 100th episode. But it is episode number 99. Sitting here in this chair right now, it's just hard to fathom the fact that not only we've been doing this for 2 years, but the fact that we're on episode 99. We've done 99 of these things. That's crazy.
It's a lot.
And Gio, you just raced in a race last week. How are you feeling?
I'm good, actually. The only thing that's sore in my body is like my lower limbs, my calves, muscles, ankles a little bit. And that's because I don't run enough. So I'm getting into my running bag soon. So, yeah.
Pretty normal.
Yeah.
And obviously, as you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be doing exactly what we did last year, pretty much around this time, giving 15 bold predictions for the rest of the NBA season. Now, if you guys did watch last year's episode, you will know that a certain someone in this room went viral for his bold prediction that got laughed at by these two when I made it, saying that the Indiana Pacers would win the 2025 NBA Finals. And the fact that I came one game within that happening is kind of insane.
That is crazy.
I'm still laughing at it to this day because it still didn't happen.
It didn't happen, but the fact that it was a Tyrese Halliburton Achilles explosion away from happening, I think they would have won that game.
One drop step away from happening.
Literally.
So.
And, it's unfortunate, but this year I'm going to try and top that. I don't think I can, but we're going to try and top it.
Yeah.
And obviously, as I mentioned at the start of this episode, I made my debut on House of Highlights, which is absolutely insane. I was going to mention it last week, but I didn't know when the video was going to come out. But as you can see on the screen right now, you could just see the thumbnail because I don't want to get copyright from anything. I don't know the rules and how that goes, but I participated with 10 other people in an ultimate sports trivia battle. I'm not going to say how I did for those of you that... No, because if the viewers haven't watched it, then they can go watch it right now. So go see how I did. The link is down in the description below. And there are some names you might recognize. So shout out to Lucas and Nelson from the Broadcast Boys. Shout out to Carson from Nerd Sesh. Shout out to everyone else that participated.
I'll just say this. Everyone there is very smart and a super high IQ and goated.
And very tall.
That's all I'm going to say. And tall. Like Tyler's 6'5". They pretty much made Tyler look short.
Well, the guys in the front,
average.
The guys in the front were, I think, the shorter guys.
Yeah. There were a few guys that were like 5'7".
There's like 7 guys in the back row, and all
they were all the same
Tyler's height or taller. I'm like, what is this? What kind of genetics are these, man? This is insane.
Yeah, man, we're just gifted with the verticality.
I guess so.
That's just how it be. But, it is what it is. And obviously, we hope you guys enjoy the St. Patrick's Day theming for this episode. 2 of the 3 of us are also repping the green for St. Patty's Day. So shout out to me and Gio. We're not going to...
Man, what up, baby?
Yeah, what's going on, bro? You guys start expanding your color palette.
Look, I'll give you this, yeah?
No.
Here, a pity hoodie for you. Pity sweater for you.
No.
Hey, put this on, huh?
No.
Okay, fine.
You can
just keep it on.
You can keep it on.
Gio, you came prepared. You deserve to wear it.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. But, as far as the bold predictions goes, we're going to basically just go balls to the wall here. Not really things that we expect to happen. These are things that could potentially happen under very rare circumstances. And we're just taking a shot in the dark. It's something that's probably going to be wrong. But you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And just like me last year, one of them might just come true. And that's what we're going to do today. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Get us to 11,000 subscribers by the beginning of May. We're trying to get there right before that month starts. If you're on Spotify audio platforms, give us 5 stars, leave a review, answer the polls, all that good stuff. Follow our socials down in the description below. Personal ones are on the screen right now. Get my guy Giovanni to 1 million Instagram followers. Make sure you all join the Discord server. Follow us on Twitch. We're going to be streaming a lot more on there when the playoffs kind of roll around. And be sure to go follow anything else that we put in the description, whether it be our friends at Hoop Goat, or you can watch the HOH video, stuff like that. And yeah, again, just big thank you to House of Highlights for the opportunity. It really meant the world, and hopefully the first of many. And boys, I think that's pretty much all the housekeeping stuff out of the way. We're obviously going to do our first 45 minutes to an hour of news, but the first thing we're going to talk about, boys, are we ready to address the massive elephant in the room that happened last night?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Into the first segment we go. Guys, as per usual on this show, we like to start off with a news segment, something that happened in the association. And we had the perfect news story going into this week that Jason Tatum came back after 9 or 10 months from tearing his Achilles. Clap it up for Jason Tatum, first of all, because that's just incredible in and of itself. I think it's like the third or fourth fastest turnaround in NBA history from an Achilles, but he's the only one that's like truly like that young. He's only 19, and he's actually come back looking decent, right? He played against the Mavs, and then he played against someone else, and he played last night against the Spurs in a game where Jaylen Brown should not have gotten tossed, but that's besides the point. But kudos to Jason Tatum. It's unfortunate that we're not going to be able to talk about it because we would have had some definite sports medicine takes from Gio. Until Bam Adebayo decided to drop 83 points last night.
During our shorts.
So we were recording a short, doing as you guys can go watch it right now. I'll link it down below. The top 10 point scorers in Miami Heat history. And as soon as we finished recording that, I went to go check the audio on it to make sure it sounded good. And Antoine was like, Bam has 43 at halftime. And he ended the game with 83 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks on 20 of 43 from the field, 7 of 22 from 3, and get this, 36 of 43 from the free throw line. I mean, this is objectively the most insane statistic line I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the fact that he shot 43 free throws, the most in a game in NBA history, it's hard to make 36 of them. Like, it's ridiculous.
He shot the same amount of field goals, too.
Exactly. 43 shot attempts, 43 free throws. I'm sorry. It's insane. And we'll put some other tweets on the screen right now. Someone said yelling Bam when I throw something in the garbage bin. Because obviously he now has the second most points scored in an NBA game of all time. Obviously, back in 1962, Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 against the New York Knicks. I just love to mention that it was against the Knicks because, it's the Knicks. Obviously, Kobe Bryant, 20 years ago in 2006, scored 81 points against the Toronto Raptors. And then you get this game tonight, Bam passing up Kobe Bryant. Another tweet on the screen. This is from Heat Nation. Dwayne Wade called the Miami Heat a play-in team not even a week ago. And since then, the Heat have been undefeated. And D. Wade said the city needs to be woken up. And I think this is the perfect type of game to wake the city up. And by the way, the Heat have been playing incredible basketball as of late. They've probably been the second hottest team in the NBA behind the Spurs because they've only lost one game in the past month and a half. And this was going to be the team spotlight until Bam Adebayo decided to do what he did, which is just mind-boggling. Yeah. So before I kind of get into any other tweets, let's get some initial thoughts from you two. Antoine, we'll start with you. You were the first person that saw the stat line out of the three of us at halftime. Thoughts on this performance from Bam Adebayo?
Well, I mean, at first glance, did you watch the whole highlights, Gio, from the game?
Yeah, I watched the highlights.
So, I watched it too. NBA always makes the highlight videos every day after the games. And listen, first quarter, shooting lights out.
Yeah, he was on fire.
He had 31 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
31 of 36.
Yeah.
Of the Miami 36 points.
Yes,
not
correct.
shot attempts.
Correct. Yeah, correct. And then second quarter kind of cooled off, and then same thing third quarter. But again, the second half was mostly the free throws. That's where that kind of picked up because he dropped 30 in the first quarter. The Wizards in the first quarter alone just were not stopping anything. He was knocking down the threes. I think he made all 7 threes in the first quarter or close to that.
I think he had three or four. Yeah.
Okay.
And he was red hot.
Yeah, red hot. He was, they had no answer for him. Second quarter, again, he probably sat out for a little bit and came back in. It's a 83-point game nonetheless. Half of the points are almost free throws. If you kind of put it in
think of it this way. His previous season high was probably around, I don't know what
41.
it was. Was it 41?
His career high was 41. I don't know what his season high was.
His previous season high was probably around 36. And he shot that in free throws that night. So you already know where I'm going with this game. I'm not a fan of it.
It's a stat padding
Straight up, it's a stat padding game, straight up. And let me get straight to it right now. Because look, you have Kobe Bryant, and I'm pretty sure if I'm correct, if I remember correctly, he shot 17 free throws in his 81-point game. Are you kidding me? 43 free throws in a game
he had
is ridiculous.
Kobe had 20.
Okay, 20. I'm 3 off. Just about, right? But 43 is insane. And guess what the Heat were doing the whole time, too? They were fouling the Wizards so that they can get the ball back into Miami's hands so that they can pass it straight to Bam so he can chuck up threes while they're up 50
or get
or
fouled.
whatever, while they're up 40,
right.
whatever it is.
Or get fouled.
Or get fouled. So this is literally like, I can't even find the words to describe it, but I'm not a fan at all. This is not basketball.
Well,
This is not
the thing
basketball.
on the Wizards end too is that, they're fouling you. You really can't do much. When you're already at 43 at half, you're like, let's try to get him to 100.
Yeah,
I
get it.
Second half, it's like just try to get the ball to Bam, get him to 100.
Yeah.
Like just keep. Probably that was a talk at halftime, low key. But like Bam's on fire.
Think of it this way:
Like-
everyone else in the history of the game, if they're up by 30 or 20, never mind 50, I think they're up at like by 40 at one point.
They were only up by like 25 to
20,
30.
yeah.
Okay.
Remember,
Yeah.
they
But
were,
usually
they were
those
only up by
players-
like they were only up by like 12 at halftime.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this like the shamelessness didn't
But in
start
thir- in
until
the third
fourth.
quarter.
No, the fourth.
But in the third quarter, they were up by 20 at least.
Yeah, but they weren't doing the tomfoolery until the
Right.
fourth quarter.
So he should have left the game with 60. That would have been amazing. I would have praised him, and I'm still gonna praise him. He was very, very good night for him.
You can't blame Bam
But
for any of this.
I'm not blaming Bam.
You can't.
I'm blaming Eric Spoelstra, and I'm blaming honestly the referees. Like, what are we doing?
No, so here's where I'll stop you, right? There's a video on Twitter. I can send it to you to watch, once we're done recording. They showed every single foul the Wizards committed on Bam Adebayo. Bam had 43 at half. They didn't start doubling him until the third quarter. And the Wizards are notoriously known for running single coverage every single time. When Daniel Gafford was on Washington, they always ran single coverage against Nikola Jokic. That's why it took him 9 years to get a triple-double against that franchise, because they would just run him in single coverage so he couldn't get the kick-out assists. So they were doing that. In the fourth quarter, tomfoolery and shamelessness aside, they could not stop him at all. He did not foul bait once. He did not flop once. These were legit foul calls and just complete hacking away at his arms, pushing him midair, body bumping him, hip checking him. They were doing everything they could. I've never seen a more helpless team in my entire life. I felt bad. They were triple teaming him.
Yeah.
And he was just bully balling his way through everybody. And every time Anthony Gill fouled him, he was like, what am I supposed to do? Because you can't stop him.
Yeah, I get it. And look, I'm being a hater right now.
I'd expect
But I
nothing less
love
out of
Bam,
you.
and this is kind of like oxymoron, right? Because like I love Bam, he's a great player. Actually, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But I'm also hating this because it's like it almost feels like he doesn't deserve this, because all the other previous NBA players, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Carmelo Anthony, when they dropped 60 points, they did it in 3 quarters. Damian Lillard.
Well, so did Bam.
Well, no, Bam did it in 4 quarters. He
No,
was
Bam-
So he had 83 at the end, but I think it's a 60.
had
That's what I'm
something
saying.
too, yeah,
but
yeah.
but they sat them because they were up by 30, up by 20. They're like, all right, sit down, rest. You did your thing. You dropped 60. Take off the fourth quarter. Everyone else, that's how everyone else does it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it doesn't feel right. Kobe should have this record. He did this in 4 quarters. Listen, hear me out.
He doesn't even have the record.
Or
12.
whatever this
Yeah,
is,
it's
the
just
second
second
place.
place.
But this is big. That's big though,
But-
because when Kobe did it, he did it in a close game against the Raptors where every single shot was necessary. That's why I'm hating this
It
performance.
did. No,
I'm a big fat hater today.
the Lakers were blowing out the Raptors towards the end of the game with like 5 minutes
No,
left.
they weren't blowing them out. Maybe they were up by 10.
I think they were up by more than 15. So it's the same thing. And all
gonna have
these
to fact check
and
this.
all these high scoring games,
I can fact check
all
it.
these high scoring games are against awful teams. That when Wilt played the Knicks, that Knicks team didn't win 30 games. That Raptors team didn't win 30 games. We obviously know this Wizards team is garbage. And all the high scoring games, the Hawks were a play-in team when Lucas dropped 73. The Rockets had no vets on the team in 2022 when they
Right.
were terrible, and Damian Lillard had his 71
Right.
point game.
You expect it to be against a bad team.
You're right. The Bulls were terrible when Donovan Mitchell dropped 71. The Magic were awful when Kyrie had 60 and 3 in like 3.5 quarters, something like that.
Yeah.
So they're all against bad teams. But I do want to put something on the screen right now. So there was a video released this was 9 days ago from Jimmy Highroller asking, is it possible to score 100 points in an NBA game? And we saw Victor Wembanyama in a game against the Lakers a few months ago when they sat everybody, and he had 40 points in like 20 something minutes, and they took him out the game. And he lists on the screen right here, these are the ingredients to a game like this.
Right.
You need the talent to pull it off, which Bam has. You need to start off hot, which Bam absolutely did. He had 31 after the first quarter. He ended the game hot. You know, whether it was free throws or not, he was still hitting the shots.
Mhm.
You need to play enough minutes. He played over 40.
Yeah.
The defense had absolutely zero answer for the guy. And, you know,
Keep the game close.
you either keep the game close or
You should keep him in.
you be shameless.
Yeah.
Because at this point right now, the NBA is in such an interesting situation where the league is so talented that you're never going to see this type of game in a close game. I think the last time we saw it was when Cat had 60 something and they lost because they choked the game away because he was trying to get 70. So, you know, outside of that, you have to be shameless to do this. And that's exactly what Eric Spoelstra did. And he's like one of the last coaches I would expect to even do something like that. Like Steve Kerr would have took Steph out in the
Instantly.
third quarter.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have even played in the second half. But, you know, I think videos like this, because obviously Jimmy's one of the mainstream media names on YouTube for the NBA. Word gets out. There's been a lot of talk about guys scoring high point games and breaking Wilt's record and stuff like this. And now you see stuff like that. So, Antoine, how do you feel about what Gio had to say about his thoughts?
I mean, I get it. Gio, I mean, also Kobe's game. Kobe, when he had 81, the way basketball was back then is completely different now.
Very true.
That is the biggest issue, I think. I think you get that. But I get it. Like, you know, I feel like the thing that kind of makes it worse for all of us is that, not worse for all of us, but like the reason why that it's so easy to hit on is because it's the Wizards. If it was the Lakers or the Knicks, would be like, oh crap. Like, it's the Wizards. Like, are we really that shocked? I mean, yes, we are, because like, again, we don't, like, you have the Knicks and the Nuggets and the Thunder playing these bad teams all the time, but you don't see someone dropping 80 against them like every game.
Right.
It's, you know, but this is just a whole like different thing. Bam started the first quarter is what made it. Realistically, like, I'm sure at the end of the first, they're like, oh, Bam can get to 100 right now.
Yeah.
Like, just keep, like, but then they rested him for second half. And listen, I have no issue with it. You know, it's a great feat. You know, the free throws are what it is in retrospect to, you know, all of it. You know, I guess the first 30 points you could say counted, you know, because they were all shots and he made them. He was hot, and then gets to the very end and it's all free throws. But again, that's on the Wizards as well. You know, if the Wizards don't have, if Alex Sarr is getting bullied by him, which he did the whole game,
he's getting absolutely destroyed.
you know, you have no backup center that can do anything, and you're hacking at him. So again,
I'm actually surprised Alex Sarr got absolutely dominated.
Do you see how
like
lanky he's? He's not big.
Yeah,
It's
still,
Bam.
still.
You know,
Well, you also need to be short staffed.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks starting center when Wilt dropped 100 wasn't playing, and the backup fouled out in like I think 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and again, but look, I'll put a tweet on the screen from this guy. Kate took 2 more shots than Bam did last night and only wound up with 46 points.
Wow.
So, you know, at the end of the day, Bam didn't shoot the most. I mean, out of all these massive games, he had the lowest true shooting, the lowest field goal percentage. But at the end of the day, going 20 for 43 or whatever it was, 23 for 43, something like that, it's still not bad at all.
Yeah,
it's like 50%. Yeah, almost.
And then I'm going to put a tweet on the screen from Legion Hoops because Gilbert Arenas, not from Legion Hoops, sorry, from Reality Check. Because Gilbert Arenas was talking on his live stream or whatever he was doing, saying how all the Kobe Bryant fans and the Kobe Bryant community and the Lakers fans are going to start hate watching him and threatening him and going after him for breaking this record, which has definitely proven that, you know, that fan base is as sensitive as we think they are. And no offense to those people. Obviously, I know it's your team, it's your guy, and rest in peace, God rest his soul. And, you know, records are meant to be broken, and saying that he's not respecting Kobe's kind of corny. If the roles were reversed, like Kobe easily would have gone for it. Kobe literally said in one of his last interviews that, you know, stuff like this should be celebrated, and he would have been proud of Bam.
I don't know.
Well, he's
because
retired.
the way he got 83, I don't know if Kobe would be proud of Bam the way he got.
I think he would.
83. I don't know.
I think he would.
I think Kobe would be like, that was BS.
I don't
straight
think so.
up, and I don't blame him for it.
Because Mamba mentality.
Yeah, I think he'd be like, that was BS.
Well, welcome to Bamba mentality now, brother.
Okay, don't do that to the Kobe fans. Listen, I'm not even a huge Kobe fan, but I am a Kobe apologist today, and I think we can all agree that Kobe's 81 is better than Bam's 83. Can we agree on that?
No, absolutely.
This is
Get
ridiculous.
the hell out of here.
This is ridiculous.
This is stupid.
Wait, You're saying that Kobe's 81 is not better than Bam's 83. Is this what
No.
you're saying? So explain yourself.
Why are we trying to do revisionist history of this type of stuff? 83 points is 83 points. When we talk about this in 20 years time,
This is bad.
like Giannis said, no one's going to talk about the free throws.
Unfortunately.
83 points is 83 points. And genuinely, if you have a problem with this, like this tweet says on the screen, if Bam Adebayo's historic night proved anything, it's that a lot of fans don't watch the game to appreciate greatness. They watch it to protect the past.
So greatness is fouling when you're up by 40 so that you can get extra possessions for Bam to drop 83.
So
that's not greatness.
Let me ask you this.
What's great about that?
Let me ask you this then.
You're stat padding.
Let me ask you this then.
Talk to me.
If the Kings were intentionally fouling the Wizards so Russ could get 83 points, how the F would you
Dude,
feel?
we're not talking about Russ right now.
No, but I'm asking because
if
at the
Russ
end of the
do
day, if his favorite player did it, he'd have no problem with it. If your favorite player did it,
Listen,
you'd have no
if
problem
Russ did
with it.
I wouldn't care, obviously. But,
Exactly.
But listen, we're talking strictly basketball, obviously I'm biased when it comes to Russ, but if
Right.
we're talking about strictly basketball, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the way you get 83 points. And then now you're gonna tell me that his 83 is better than Kobe's 81? Not a chance. Kobe shot 20 free throws. He shot 43. Straight up. They were fouling when they were up by 30. Straight up. That's not good for the game.
It's not.
What do you think, Anthony?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you come back to the integrity of the game, I mean, it's kind of lost at that point because, you're clearly just trying to get him to as close to 100 as you can. But at the end of the day, Adam Silver's not there to say, nope, this game's over. Like, stop it. This is the integrity of the game's gone. This is the bookies. I'm sure we're all putting like above 50 points at halftime, whatever the hell for Bam. I get Gio's point. I also don't. At the end of the day, I don't really
Where do you align?
care.
Where do you align? I'm just curious. You have to stand on business here. You got to choose a side. You know what I'm saying?
I really don't care.
No.
Who has
No, you have to pick a side here, bro.
whose 80-point game is better.
Yeah.
If I am going into the mindset of a casual basketball fan, but I mean,
just
also
talk from a basketball fan.
As a basketball fan, if I'm watching this game
as
live,
Anthony Cavino, where do you align?
where the teams are Kobe.
Exactly. I didn't
Yes.
think most people would say that.
Most people aren't.
I think
It's-
even
it's-
Heat fans would say that.
No, it's obviously Heat fans aren't. Heat fans are the ones that are defending Bam right now,
I
as
don't know.
they should be.
I think
No, I've been on Twitter all day. It's been very much so that a lot of people are supporting Bam, and the only people that aren't are diehard Kobe fans, diehard Laker fans, and Heat haters.
listen, hear me out. I'm not a Kobe fan. I don't even have Kobe
Yes.
in my top 10.
Yes, but you're such.
And
a,
I'm still saying that
Yes,
Kobe's
but-
81 is better. I like Bam.
No, I
That's
understand
the craziest
that.
part.
I understand that, but watch the fouls. He was not hunting free throws. He was just getting fouled.
No, dude, it's the strategy of the Miami Heat team fouling the Wizards so they can get the ball back to Miami so that he can chuck up more shots.
Who cares?
That I hate. I despise that. That is not basketball.
It's a Tuesday night regular season game in March.
hold
I
on.
could care less.
Hold on. Okay. I said Kobe, but I'm going to play. I mean, I think they're both equally. I mean, I love what Bam did. Okay. In retrospect to in reality, the Wizards have no answer for Bam.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
So what do you like as the Heat? You're like, we want to win. Just give Bam the ball the whole game. Like,
when a player drops 50, they have no answer for you, obviously.
so yeah,
But that's what he
so
should have
you-
ended with. He
but-
should have ended with 50 or 60 points.
But
He
why?
should not have ended with 83.
But why? If
Because,
you
bro,
can go for 100, why not break
That's-
the record?
And that's exactly what Spoelstra said.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's okay, cool. But what I'm saying, my argument is Kobe Bryant's 81 is better than Bam's 83. What's wrong with that? And you already agree with me.
No, okay, but I like both equally. If I'm going based off of just non-free throws, Kobe. Overall, 83 is more than 81 because 83 is in numbers is higher than 81. So his game is 2 points better, obviously.
You're not standing on
So,
business once again.
Hold on. Okay. I said I chose Kobe's game based on just as basketball perspective.
Yeah.
But if I'm taking away my basketball perspective and just putting this into
Well,
just
football's perspective?
no,
This
if
is
I-
basketball.
If
This is
I'm
the
putting
sport.
it into my perspective,
Okay.
my perspective. I mean, it's a great night for Bam regardless. Okay, free throws are a part of the game regardless. Okay, they're a part of the game. They're there. That's part of basketball. Okay, he made 36 out of 43. He would have had 90 if he made all seven. He made the other
right,
7.
right.
That's
Yeah.
it. So at the end of the day, the Wizards have no answer.
Okay.
Your NBA players cannot stop this guy, and he's dropping 30 in the first quarter. He's on his way to probably getting to 100. At the end of the first quarter, you're thinking already in the Wizards' mind, you're like, what the hell are we going to do for this guy? There's no answer. what the hell is Brian Keefe telling these guys? Brian Keefe is one of the worst head.
Yeah.
No offense to Brian Keefe. Brian Keefe is one of the most worst head coaches, and history has proven that time and time again. And the Wizards have great players, but again, he's not getting the best out of these players. You have Anthony Gill coming in. What the hell is Anthony Gill doing in the game?
Yeah, what the hell is he doing?
Like against Bam Adebayo, and then Alex Sarr. I love that guy. He's gonna be phenomenal. Like compared to Bam, it's like night and day.
Yeah,
It
was the Bam agenda last night.
Bam is a Team USA.
Eric Spoelstra was like, "Yo, Brian Keefe, put in your worst players right now."
Bam.
And then the referee was like, "Yeah, we're gonna call everything for you."
Bam is a USA gold medalist.
Yeah,
Olympian. Like he's great. Again,
so is Michael Redd.
Okay, of course. But at the end of the day, Gio, I get it. But Bam's is better because he scored 2 more points first off, so now he's second all time.
Dude.
And the way he was dominant against the Wizards team, again, it's the Wizards. It just he got to that point, and no one's gotten to 83. So
can I say
his
this?
performance, regardless, is better than Kobe's by 2 points, and because of how dominant it was, and how the Wizards cannot have no answer for this guy. After shooting the lights out again, Bam did not have a chance to even shoot threes.
Are you done?
Wait, hold on. Bam could have gone to 100, but he didn't have a chance to shoot threes because they were hacking him with double teams and three. He would have gotten to 100 if he shot the threes. But at the end, he's going to
shoot from three.
He's
what
going
was his 3-point percentage.
7 of 22.
Are you kidding me?
Okay,
you would have got shooting 7 of 22. I don't think so.
But the first quarter he was lights out, and then he kind of cooled off, whatever. But again, in the paint, he would have gotten and ones or twos, layups like that. At the end of the day, he went to the free throw line. That's the biggest difference in the second half.
Dude, you said that 5 times.
Threes.
Are you done?
Okay. No, because I'm trying to ingrain it into your head. Okay.
Dude, I already know where you're going with this, but all I'm saying is, yes, he dominated the game in the first half. Great.
Well,
now
the first
you're up
quarter.
by 20. The first quarter specifically.
First quarter.
You're up by 20 now in the fourth quarter, entering into the fourth quarter and towards the end of the third quarter. You got like 60. Take a seat.
Why?
Game is over.
Why?
Because the game is over.
Who gives a crap?
Yeah,
The game is over.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Okay, I get it. If I was
Like-
there, maybe I would do the same thing, right? But this is, once again, I'm gonna repeat myself one more time. Okay?
Yeah.
The part I hate is when the Miami Heat started fouling the Wizards so they would get extra possessions
But
to
listen,
get Bam more shots, to get Bam more fouls, more free throws,
Okay.
to get him 83.
It was only
That is nonsense.
Okay, but-
also, by the way,
nonsense.
it was only a 15-point lead at the end of the third quarter. I just checked.
Okay, cool.
Okay, but what's
Cool.
so again, at the end, but still, there's nothing wrong. You can foul in basketball. That's
Right.
part of the
Oh
game.
my God.
And to all and to
You're
all,
not understanding my
and
point.
to the other
You can foul. It's the
When I-
same thing as garbage time fouls, and you're fouling down by 2 to get. If you're fouling down, okay.
No, but
if
you're
you're
fouling-
fouling
you're
garbage
fouling for a
time down
player
by
to-
7, just to get the ball back to get the 3 back, it's the exact same thing as we talked about in previous episodes. Fouling in garbage time is ridiculous because you're trying to close that gap to shoot threes. It's the same exact concept as what
You're
you just
fouling for a player to stat pad. I'm not a fan.
said. Okay,
of
but
it.
what's wrong with someone trying to
fouling-
go break the record?
Huh?
What's wrong if you're within the grasp of me getting that record?
Because then it's
what's
not
the
legit.
problem?
It's not
it
legit.
is.
How is it not legit?
If you're fouling for a player to break a record, it doesn't feel right. Maybe, okay, I guess numbers wise, statistically wise, of course you broke the record, right?
Yeah.
Even though he didn't. The
He
record.
didn't- None of them did. Neither
Right,
did Kobe.
right,
Neither
the
did
ones that
Bam.
are alive,
Yeah,
yes.
It's just Wilt.
Right. So technically, yes.
Mhm.
But if you watch the game, we all know that's nonsense if you watch the game.
Oh,
that's not a
obviously.
real 83 points. Even though it is.
It
If
is.
you look at the numbers in the stat sheet, it says 83, right? I know how to read numbers.
Mhm.
But it's not a real 83 if you ask me, or if you ask any other person who is sane.
well, but
okay.
listen,
That is
but-
a cap 30
What
83 points.
what I will say to that, no matter what you think of the 83-point game,
Yes.
regardless of what the Heat were doing or not, it is so ungodly hard to score that many points in a game, let alone to have 62 after 3 quarters before the nonsense started halfway through the fourth. So they played the fourth quarter kind of like normal. It was, the lead was still within 15 to 16 points. And then about like 3 to 4, maybe 5 minutes into the fourth, it started to balloon over 20. And then they started doing that because the record is right there in reach. The Heat have 0 championship aspirations. Like Dwayne Wade said, the whole vibe of the franchise in the arena has been so low and so dull. They need a night like this to kind of get
Yeah,
things going.
I understand that.
And when it comes
That's
down,
fine.
and when it comes down to this, it's just people hating on greatness.
I'm
This-
not hating on Bam. I'm just hating on the
The
Heat
way
as
he got it?
the way it happened, and then the fact that I don't know.
It's all
It just doesn't sit right
all
with me.
3 80-plus point games were all shameless because all 3 games were blowouts. All
I don't
three,
think the Kobe's. Did you look it up? Or
It was
not?
like by 19 they won.
Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they were up by 15 or 16 with about
18.
5 minutes left, and then
And Kobe sat down with the last 2 minutes or something like that.
Kobe got to 80. Kobe, I don't know if he finished the game, but I know
I don't think he finished.
he
the game.
got
He
he
sat
got
down at one point.
he got 11 more points to get to 81.
Right.
So he had 70 then at
Okay.
that point. So they kept him in the game, and he kept doing what they were doing.
Right.
Yeah, man.
And obviously with Wilt, they were spoon feeding, bro. And
Exactly.
Wilt played 48 minutes in a game. He only missed like the
Yeah.
fourth quarter of one game.
Listen, going back to what I said about Kobe's game being better, the reason why I say that, it's for one reason, because if we're talking about just shot making, of course it's Kobe's game because he made the shots in clutch time, and he didn't go to the line. He was guarded the whole time, made those shots. He made 20 free throws, whatever, 20, half of what Bam made. Bam's game, yes, you could say the 83 was half of free throws, and that's the only discrepancy. But overall, he beat the 81.
And also,
that's
Kobe's
how
game,
it is.
the Lakers weren't fouling the Raptors
Okay,
to
again.
get the Lakers extra possessions. It was still basketball. It was still basketball.
I
That's what I'm
get
saying.
it.
For this game, it stopped being basketball towards like the middle of the fourth
Maybe
quarter.
you could just say the
It was
late-
not basketball anymore. I don't know
maybe-
what it was. It was like some
Hold
type
on.
of like
the way
it was like some type of like
it was like
you know what I'm
tomfoolery.
saying?
That's the perfect way
Yes.
to describe March basketball in general. But I think the way I would describe it now, and like a lot of people are saying, oh, 100's is reachable now. If you've seen Bam get 83, who else can get what and stuff like that. And again, like I said before, you have to be shameless to have this type of game.
Yeah,
It-
you do.
The league is too talented for you to have that type of night. And Bam just proved it to us. You have to be a big man. Because we've seen so many of these guys have big nights, but by the time the fourth quarter rolls around, you're getting triple teamed, you're exhausted from just shooting 50 shots, and you're not going to make a lot of them. But with Bam, when the shot's not falling, he missed like 2 straight threes when there was like 8 minutes left in the fourth. So we just started rim running, just start driving in. You're bigger than everybody.
Right.
If that was Trae Young, for example,
No shot.
he can't just do that. So that's kind of how I see it. And from what I've seen, this is not even from, at least you took the perspective of, the way Bam did it. A lot of people online I've been seeing is just about like, oh, it's, you can't disrespect Kobe like that. And I'm like,
No,
well,
I'm not taking that.
because just because Kobe like scored 81, that doesn't mean you can't pass it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
ridiculous.
That's nonsense.
And a lot of people, that's what a lot of people are just not appreciating the greatness when they see it. Like I had to look at myself in the mirror the night before that and respect what SGA's been doing because that game winner was ridiculous. And I've been hating on him unfairly over the past couple of years. And then something like this happens. And again, I would have felt some type of way by seeing the free throws. And then Colin Cowherd put it perfectly. And we're going to close off the segment with this tweet on the screen. And he said, Bam scored 83 points last night. Everybody's attacking him. This is what we do in America. The minute there's success, we have to tear everybody down. 83 is 83. He's an excellent player. When Wilt scored his 100 points, his team was fouling the Knicks to get extra possessions. When Kobe scored 81 against the awful Raptors team, the Lakers led by over 15 with 4.5 left to go, and Kobe scored another 11. Bam had 31 in the first, 62 after 3 quarters. It was totally legitimate. Every star in this league has had the chance to play the Wizards, and they don't score 83.
Exactly.
So again,
that's my point.
The Nuggets played the Wizards last year. Jokic scored 61, and it's not 83, but you can have these types of games against these bad teams. And we have yet to see a single one of these types of games against a decent team. They're all against bottom feeders with
Exactly.
guys out, and that's kind of.
And
I'm still hating.
At
My
the-
point still.
At the end of the
remains,
day,
so.
that is not Bam's problem that the Wizards cannot field a competent
No,
basketball
that's
team.
not what I'm saying.
One
One more time before we close.
beat
And we're
up on
supposed
those
to close
guys.
on that, Tyler. I'm sorry.
okay.
But really, last thing I'm gonna say is, once again, it's the way the Miami Heat were fouling the Wizards to get extra possessions so that he can get free throws. Because as we all know, if you watch the game, he started to get a little bit cold. Right? He would start off super red hot.
Yeah.
Got a little cold and then leaned on the free throws heavily. That to me is why this is not legit. And I'm standing on business.
You can't. I wouldn't say it's not legit. It's unethical.
There we go.
That's the way to describe
we'll
it
go
because
with
it's
that.
83 points.
We'll go with that.
And it's hard to make 36 free throws in a game.
It is.
Let alone get those types of shots.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, shout out to Bam Adebayo. What a performance.
Still shout out to him. Yeah.
There's probably at least 50 players that I could have named to have this type of night before getting to Bam Adebayo.
Yeah. 100%.
So kudos to him. He's more than doubled his career high in a 24-hour span. And it's quite nuts. And yeah, I mean, I had this one other tweet but we're not going to put it on the screen right now, so it's fine. But yeah, that concludes the Bam Adebayo 83-point performance, the second most all time. It goes Wilt, Bam, Kobe, which
Yeah.
is kind of that. If any name is going to insert themselves in that list, at least let it be something cool like Bam.
Yeah, that's
So-
cool.
Yeah, I mean, well, it used to be
Sounds like onomatopoeia.
it
Yeah.
used to be Wilt, Kobe, Luca, because Luca had 73.
No, but Wilt had 78 in the game.
Oh, so yeah,
We've seen big time games from other players.
okay. I
Pretty
forgot
sure-
Wilt had 78.
Yeah,
you're right.
exactly. So and plus,
Okay.
David Thompson also had 73.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, so let us know down in the comments. What are your thoughts about this Bam Adebayo game? And let us know if you think this was a good or a bad thing. And at the end of the day, we just need to appreciate greatness as we see it. We're probably not going to see a game like this ever again, but we're going to see a lot more shamelessness from here on out. We're going to see guys that probably would get taken out after scoring 60, get to 70, and get to 75. And who knows if they can get to 80. But I do think it will take a big for this to happen. We've debated and yapped for the past half hour.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to go 30 minutes, and you did say that.
I told you it was going to do it.
Yeah, you were right.
But are we ready to get into the player spotlight?
Let's go.
Into the next segment we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tyler's Player Spotlight. So for those of you that are new around here, the Spotlight segment is I pick a player or a team that's playing really good or really bad, and we just got to talk about it. So last week, we talked about the ridiculous February surge from the San Antonio Spurs. They went 11-0 in the month, which is just insane. So kudos to them. If you want to check that out, the link to episode 98 is down in the description below, or just click the link above Gio's head. So today, like I mentioned in the last segment, we were supposed to talk about the Miami Heat and how they're playing incredible basketball, but I really just don't want to be repetitive on this show. We just spent 30 minutes debating about Bam Adebayo's 83-point game. So instead, we're just going to talk about a player that is reaching new heights in his career and has the potential to do something unprecedented and something that is truly remarkable. And we're talking about Mr. Aura Man, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So this is going to be a kind of a combo of a player spotlight and a talk about the MVP race because things have gotten a little bit less interesting, but all these players are still playing at the top of their game and, kind of everything of that nature. So for context, obviously we know the MVP race is like a 5-horse race between Shai, Jokic, Wemby, Jaylen Brown, and Cade Cunningham. But we know it's really between Joker and Shai. Those two have been at the forefront of the MVP race since the 23-24 season. And, now we're at a point where these two have kind of started to run laps around the league. I do think there is a ridiculous talent gap and production output between the two of them and the rest of the NBA. And obviously, for context, we know Shai won the MVP last year. We know that they took down the Nuggets in 7 games in the second round en route to winning their second NBA title in franchise history, first with OKC, and Shai getting the Finals MVP. One of very few players to do MVP and Finals MVP in the same year, as well as winning the scoring title.
Wow.
And this season, he is having just as prolific of a season as he always does. This season, he is averaging 32 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a half, 1 block on shooting splits, a 55% from the field, 38% from 3, and almost 90% from the free throw
really
line.
good.
Almost 60% effective field goal percentage is ridiculous.
really
and you
good.
see that stat there, box plus minus. This essentially is the main way to kind of tell value in the NBA. And anything over like 10 is just insane. Now, Jokic's box plus minus is like stupidly high for like most of his career. As we see, it's a 14.7 this year. But, Shai at 12, he's closing that gap. And we know the way he's been playing, he's kind of been starting to make up some ground on Jokic for the famous best player in the world category, where I feel like Jokic has had that for the past like not several years, maybe like 3, maybe 4 years. I think for me, it's been a lot longer than that. But once he got past Phoenix in the second round in 23, and once Embiid and Giannis were eliminated, that's kind of when he was crowned best in the world and stuff like that. And now we kind of get to a point where SGA is having just as prolific of a year as not. And we're going to transition to a tweet from Legend of Winning. Shout out to the guy himself. Basically talking about major accomplishments Shai's had this year. This is one of the best offensive seasons ever. He's an ultimate closer. He's been ridiculously clutch in these past few games with the step back threes. Jalen Williams, Caruso, Hartenstein have all missed significant times.
Yeah.
He just tied Wilt Chamberlain for the most consecutive 20-point games. And whenever they play, which I think is either tonight or tomorrow, he will pass them. Like he's going to have another great game. And he's the first guard in NBA history to average 30 points on 55% field goal percentage.
That is probably the biggest stat on here. That's amazing.
Yeah.
30 points on 55%.
And I think that's where,
as a guard.
And that's where I think it's important, where I go back to an interview that Joe Harris had when he went to the Pistons back in like 2023, I think, when they asked him about Cade Cunningham. And he said the biggest luxury any team can have is having an oversized point guard. And as you know, Joe, the player himself, an oversized shooter is also very helpful because a lot of good shooters aren't the tallest.
Right.
You got Duncan Robinson's a huge plus because he's 6'9". But looking at someone like SGA, he's 6'6". He's incredible around the rim. The rim finishing is ridiculous. He's not the greatest three-point shooter, which I don't think is a bad thing.
He's shooting 38.
Exactly.
That's pretty good.
But he doesn't need to.
Right.
Like a lot of players like Jokic did last year shot himself out of games by just chucking up threes. And we see that's what Bam did last night. He literally just started rim running when the shots weren't falling. And that's how you rack up that high of a field goal percentage. So that really doesn't surprise me as much, because when you have a guy that is as elite from the mid-range as someone like Kevin Durant could be, and when you're elite at finishing around the rim, you're going to have this more, not inflated, but a higher field goal percentage than most players in the NBA, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's essentially one thing with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then we're going to put a tweet on the screen from Carson. Shout out to Carson from Nerd Sesh. He was in the video I did with HOH. Really good, really nice guy. Shout out to him. And probably one of the biggest trivia freaks I've ever met in my entire life.
Dude's insane.
He's ridiculous. And hopefully, once we move into our permanent studio, we can get him on the show one day. Carson, if you're watching, I will contact you when the time comes.
That'd be dope.
But he said head-to-head matchup since last season, Shai is averaging 31, 6, and 8 on shooting, on 63% true shooting and less than 3 turnovers a game, with 2.5 stocks per game against the Denver Nuggets. Jokic has been slightly below that. He's still averaging a near triple-double, 26, 14, and 9 on lower true shooting, but it's still good, 59%. A little bit more turnovers, which is also normal because he's just like aggressive with the playmaking. I said this to one of my friends the other day. The two players in this league that I don't really care about the lower tier turnovers are him and Josh Giddey, because they're just spamming passes left and right.
Yeah.
So you have that 2.5 stocks, but here's the main difference. OKC's plus 113 with him on, -6 with him off.
Right.
Denver's -36 with Jokic on,
God.
and they're even worse with him off the court, -71.
Yeah.
And 9-5. And the thing is SGA is just outplaying Joker in these matchups. And as someone who is a Jokic stan, I will proudly admit that, the Thunder have been putting belt to ass for the past however many times. So I guess just from you guys' perspective, looking at the playoff series last year and this season, what have you been seeing out of these Thunder Nuggets matchups? I know we've only had 2 this year, but what have we seen?
I mean, we did see a close series. The series went to 7 games. So it's not like the two teams are so far apart from each other. But the one thing I'm seeing, and I have to say this because I'm a Russ fan, I think the Nuggets are missing Russ.
Yeah.
They're missing that spark off the bench. I have to say it. And Russ didn't just bring offense. Russ brought that intensity on defense as well. And we saw that in the playoffs when he was going up against SGA. One could say that he locked down SGA for the minutes that he was in the game.
Exactly.
Right? So they're missing him.
Remember the Mark Jones quote? He's in his chest, he's in his lungs like bronchitis.
There you go. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
and that's the thing. I know me and Antoine like to kind of troll you with the Russ stuff, but I mean, I love Russ. I only like to troll just because it's you. No offense, but that's just kind of how I roll. But I view, like I told you a couple weeks ago, Antoine, that the Nuggets remind me a lot of the Knicks, just without that ridiculously good superstar in Nikola Jokic. But this is a team that lost their dog. They lost their identity. And you also lost added offense with Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
I know Cam Johnson's better defensively, but again, if he makes that shot, then the Nuggets win that game,
Right.
and you don't need to go to overtime when the Thunder beat the Nuggets without SGA on the floor for half the period because he was on a minutes restriction because it was his first game back. So that's kind of how things kind of roll around here. And then we're going to put another tweet from Carson. That's right. We're doubling up on the Carson tweets for today, saying Shai has shot 47 on 106 or 47 for 106 on step back threes this season, which is 44.3%. And he iced 3 straight games with that shot, which is becoming his most lethal clutch weapon for him as a shot to get, regardless of the defense is loading up on him. Wow. And the thing is, he tied the game or took the lead or whatever he did on that game played it before the game winner, where it looked like he did his normal little bump, pushed off, and made the 3. And I'm like, can you just do it without it? And then he did. And I was like, okay, put my hands up. good shot. I can't hate anymore. And that's kind of what changed the tide for me
Yeah.
as far as
That
that
bump
goes.
is completely legal, by the way.
It is.
The bump.
It's just not a consistently called thing.
Yeah.
Like we'll see guys get called for the offensive foul.
Yeah.
I know Nemhard got called a bunch on that in the finals.
It's only if you extend the elbow, that's when the refs
or
call
your
it,
arms like
or
fully
the
extended
arm.
out.
If
And-
you just bump with the shoulder, completely fine.
but the play on Christian Brown, though, he did have the arm halfway extended. So that's
Okay.
where it becomes negligible of is it callable, is it not?
right.
Is it something you want to call during the game, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I can see where it's tough. And then the final tweet we're going to
So
put
tough, man.
is
Look
the
at
only
that
two
photo.
players in NBA history to record 35 points, 15 assists, and 0 turnovers in a game since 1978 is LeBron James in 2018, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just this past week.
It's some pretty good company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe we won't kind of talk about the MVP race in and of itself because I think he has won. Although the Spurs still have to play the Spurs still have to play the Celtics.
Well, can I ask you this?
Yeah.
If you had to make one argument for one other player in the top 5, who would you make it for?
There's two arguments for two players,
Go.
and it's Victor Wembanyama and weirdly enough Jaylen Brown.
I was gonna say that.
because
JB,
right now Jaylen Brown has absolutely no shot, but they have yet to play the OKC Thunder. If he goes in and
Drops
outplays
40.
Shea, we have some conversations to talk
Yeah.
about. And Wemby still has to play Boston.
Yeah.
Well, he just beat them last night, but I think they play them again. But Wemby, remember, is 4-1 against the Thunder this season.
Yeah.
So that's where stuff can come about. But the question I want to ask you, Antoine, a lot of people have crowned SGA as the best player in the world after the game the other night. Is he? That's the $1 million question.
That's a big.
Has he surpassed Jokic as the top dog in the league?
Oh, you see, it's so tedious because they both play the exact opposite positions of one another. You have someone that's tower, and you have someone that's a tower for his position, obviously. Jokic stuffs up the staffs. Oh my God, Jokic stuffs the stat sheet a lot more than the SGA does.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about stats.
Who's the better player?
I'm still going Jokic.
Okay.
I am
Can I answer this question too?
realistically, honestly.
No. Of course you can.
I think Jokic, honestly, still.
You think Jokic?
It could be up for debate if they win the championship again this year and go back to back.
Oh, Thunder?
Yeah.
Look, here's my thing. If I think this year's playoffs has huge implications on who the best player in the NBA is. If SGA comes out, carries his team, and wins the finals, MVP, all of that, he's the best player in the NBA.
Right.
You know, because the best player in the NBA means you're having team success, you're winning finals, which is what he's doing, and you're MVP of the league, which is what he's doing back to back most likely. So if that happens and he wins again back to back finals, he is the best player in the league right now. This day, what's today's date? March 11th.
Yes.
I still think Jokic is the best player in the league, but that can definitely change in the playoffs. Like if Jokic, I don't believe Jokic is going to have stinkers in the playoffs, but his team might not show up. And if they don't show up, that's tough.
Yeah.
You're guilty by association at that
Exactly.
point.
And it's unfortunate, but that's just how it works. You know, so it really, the playoffs is going to decide everything for me.
And yeah, I'm also going to put a tweet on the screen from myself, actually, because I tweeted this the other day after the game when, shout out to Joel Morin from Pick a Side. He tweeted out talking about like best player in the world, right? And here's my take on it. Because in my opinion, this is the first year that someone has gotten this close to someone like Nikola Jokic. I think the gap is razor thin at this point. I don't think it's like interchangeable. I would still lean Joker for now.
Right.
Because it takes sample size. When Jokic won the championship in 2023, I think almost everybody can come to the consensus that he was the best player in the world. But a lot of people didn't see that. So he had to go do it again, right? Had another great season, won the MVP, and had an incredible first round. Didn't have the greatest second round, but he was still the consensus best in the world. When Giannis won in 21, that really solidified him because he had won the MVP the year prior. So this is now year 2 of SGA playing at this level. Because remember, the first year he was a 1 seed that didn't play very well in the playoffs. He got bested by Luka, and obviously last year we saw what they did. And I think back-to-back MVPs, which he should be unanimous at this point based on how things are going, and 2 deep playoff runs. If he gets farther than Jokic, I think that will seal it.
Yeah.
And I think that would deem it. And that's really a knock on Jokic because remember, Jokic is older. SGA is a couple years younger. So he's doing this at Jokic's age when he was doing this, which is totally normal. At 28, 29 years of age, that's when you should be having these types of games, being in your prime and stuff like that. And it's kind of surreal to see someone finally get this close. And, I've come around on SGA. It took me a while, but I've got myself there in the end.
Yeah.
I think as I started this show, I started to kind of be more objective rather than be more passionate, or kind of balance that, because I don't want to spew BS
But we
on
like
what's
your
not
passion,
truth.
though.
Yeah, exactly. I want to keep that there. I still think it's Joker. I still think Joker has a chance to retain that. Denver could get healthy and they could go on a run. It's not going to happen, but it's something that can.
You never know.
You never know. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
But if SGA gets bounced in the second round, then no.
Yeah.
So
that's
that's
fair.
kind of my view on it.
Yeah.
But look, Victor Wembanyama, you, my friend, have a chance to do something hilarious. That's really all I can say. Because right now the Spurs are closing the gap on OKC for first in the Western Conference. And if that happens, all I'm going to say is that we have a pretty interesting situation towards the top of the screen. Because, like I said, they're 4-1 versus the Thunder. They're undefeated versus Boston and Detroit.
Yeah.
So, and Wemby has not played the Nuggets yet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that could really throw Jokic completely out of the race, or
Right.
it could bolster him up.
Right.
But then again, if it still comes down to Joker and Shai, Shai has the edge.
Right.
So I do think Shai is the MVP, and
Wemby has a
Yeah.
chance.
Wemby has a chance to potentially surpass it.
Yeah.
Like if the Thunder go cold in the last month, which I don't think will happen,
Right.
then there's an argument to be made.
Right.
So
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, nothing else to add because we don't have any discrepancies at all. Because I'm in unanimous agreement with him with SGA right now. Wemby's going to close that gap soon, for sure, with
Soon
SGA.
meaning like
the
next
MVP,
year.
The MVP. I'll give it
this
another.
year.
I mean, well, we'll see, but I won't say this year. No, I think it's still SGA's. Maybe next year or two.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. And I think if SGA wins the MVP again, goes back to back, I think we're looking at a potential top 20 player of all time at that point with the resume.
Yeah.
He's climbing the ranks.
Yeah, dude.
I said it when
Then he'll pass Russell Westbrook for the best player in OKC history.
I think just the second MVP alone will
already
get him there.
does,
I think he
yeah.
already did.
The second, if he gets the second one, then I guess it's. I guess he can have it.
There's nothing you can
But
do
as of
about
now,
it.
Dwayne Wade also agrees with me. Russell Westbrook is the best player in OKC history. You can bring
Yeah.
up the tweet. You don't have to. It's
Yeah.
fine. But D Wade, very based opinions.
Very based opinion, but unfortunately, they both have MVPs, and one of them has a championship, and the other one does not.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate. I guess the one thing Russ has is that he got drafted by the Sonics. I guess that's really the only thing I could say. But I guess it's 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other, as my mom always says. So
I like that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that concludes the talk about really mainly SGA and kind of the MVP race. Let us know down in the comments. How high on the all-time rankings can SGA get himself for this season if he wins a championship and gets the MVP again?
Yeah.
And boys,
Yeah.
are you ready to get into the surprise segment?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Into the next segment we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tyler's surprise segment. So for those of you that are also new around here, like I mentioned in the player spotlight, this is the segment where I usually bring something different to the table, whether it's a Bleacher Report article or an ESPN ranking or redesign logos and jerseys and whatnot. It's a segment where we can have fun. We're
fun
not
stuff.
really digging into analytics and talking about playoffs and stuff like that. It's always a lot of fun. And we haven't done this in weeks. The last time we did this was back in February when we talked about the top 10 worst trades in NBA history, according to Bleacher Report. If you guys do want to go check that out, I'll link it down below if I can remember. I'll be honest, I do forget sometimes. Or click the link above Giovanni's head. This week, our old friends are back. We're going back to Bleacher Report. Shout out to Bleacher Report again. I was in the House of Highlights video with them. So if you want to go check it out, link down below as well. Again, click the link above Gio's head and everything else from there. Today, we have a bit of an semi-outdated article. Not everything in this article is exactly correct because time happens, things happen, and we're going through the best NBA player in the league right now for every age.
Oh, wow.
So this is the best player currently based off of age.
I like it.
And I think there's maybe 4 players on this list that have aged 1 year since that article came out, because the article came out
Disclaimer.
on March the 2nd. There have been some birthdays the past couple of days, so some things might not be correct, and we'll kind of just go from there. But because this is a bit of a longer episode and we'd like to split these longer segments up, we're going to do the first batch of ages today, which will be ages 19 to 29.
Jason Tatum.
And then next week, yes, good based. And then next week in episode 100, which is still crazy to just even say, we're going to do ages 30 to 41.
Wow.
So, Gio, do the 41 just to remind the viewers.
41.
See, exactly. That's how we go. It's better than whatever you usually do.
I hate it too.
And again, we're not going to necessarily do the competition just because it takes too long. So we're just going to see if you guys can even guess some of these. And, just for bragging rights only, you're going to work together and see how much we can get done.
It's going to be hard.
So we're working together?
Players' ages. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be very tough because, guys
Guys'
like
age.
guys like SGA, people paint him like he's 23 when he's
Yeah.
not.
Yep.
So we'll find out if SGA is on this batch of lists or not.
Yeah.
He's definitely under 30, so he will be in today's episode. But boys, do we have any questions before we dive right in?
Let's dive.
Yeah.
I will also link the article down below if you guys want to go check it out yourself. But no cheating for the second half of this next week, so stay away from it. And boys, we're going to start off with the first age on this list. We are going to 19 years old. Who is the best 19-year-old player in the NBA right now?
Is Cooper Flag 19? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. So
It's
we're going to go
Cooper Flag.
Coop.
You are incorrect. It is, in fact, the 19-year-old god himself, Jason
gonna say that.
Tatum.
I knew you were
Amazing. Of course it's Cooper Flag. Why wouldn't it be Cooper Flag?
Yeah.
Clearly the best. Obviously, in the Bleacher Report's most recent top 99 best players in the league rankings, he was placed 40th, which
Okay.
I think is still kind of low. I would say Cooper's already like a top 25 player in the league right now.
Wow. Okay.
Do you know who was ahead of him? Or just,
I just found out about this
Yeah,
list now,
did
to
you
be
see-
honest with you. I
yeah.
didn't even realize. Maybe we can take a look
I
at
wonder
that.
who's ahead of him.
Yeah, I would say probably Jokic,
Well, yeah.
SGA.
He wants to know like the players that are in the 30s and 20s probably.
Exactly,
No, I want to know
yeah.
like 39, 30. Like, I want to know that.
He's the only teenager to appear in the BR99.
Okay.
Wow.
So I think he's like one of 4 19-year-olds in the league right now.
yeah.
It's still crazy. He's a teen. Like, when I was 19, what the hell was I doing? I was not doing what he's doing. I'll tell you that.
Exactly,
He's,
yeah.
he's crazy. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a pretty easy one to start off. Are we ready for player number 2?
Yeah.
We're into the 20s with age 20.
I think it's Wemby.
Yeah. Or is Wemby older? Than
I don't know. I
20?
think Wemby's 20.
Is Wemby 21 maybe?
Ah.
If he's 21, then probably I would say Stephon Castle. Is Stephon Castle 20?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so it's one of those guys. We'll go with Wemby though, just to be safe.
Going
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama.
Let's go with Wemby.
Yeah.
You are incorrect. Wemby is older than 20.
Okay.
And in fact, Antoine, you're going to be very disappointed in yourself because it's a rookie, and it is Con Knipple.
Oh, Khan is a year older.
That's right. Con is a year older, ranked 48th on the 99 rank. So Con's been having an incredible season. Just real quick, who do you think's winning Rookie of the Year between these two?
If I'm being honest, I think it's
Coop.
Khan.
Right now,
it's
you
Coop.
got to go Koopy. It's got to
Back
be
to
Koopy.
I don't know. I
It
think
was
it's
it was
Khan.
Coop at first, then it was Khan. He was super hot. Khan's calmed down just a little bit.
I don't know.
And Coop is still insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
And also look at the ranking. He's ranked 48th.
I'm gonna say right now it's a toss up.
It's close. It's still close, and it can go either way. I'll say that.
Yeah. Also notable 20-year-old Nets legend Yegor Dioman, who unfortunately just got shut down for the season, but amazing rookie year. I couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah.
He surprised me in more ways than one. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
And obviously Con Knipple's having an incredible season. And as far as the other 20-year-olds, VJ Edgecombe and Alex Sarr are the other two. It's crazy that Sarr is only 20.
Yeah, he's kind of young.
Kind of nuts. They were also ranked in the top 100, as you guys can see here. So that is the 20-year-olds. Now, boys, let's have a drink. We're up to the 21-year-old. Who is the best player at 21 years of age in the
gotta be-
National Basketball Association?
It's got to be Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to Victor.
You are still wrong.
Are you kidding me? How old is
Yeah.
this dude?
Well, you'll find out at some point if you manage to get him right.
Can
But-
we get another guess?
I mean, who was the other guy you were thinking of?
What
What did we said?
is it? Castle?
It is Stephon
Okay.
Castle.
Okay.
He is the best 21-year-old in the NBA. He's ranked 60th on the all-time or on the BR99.
Ooh, he's ahead of Con Kneppel. I mean,
No.
behind Con Kneppel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who do you think is better? Really quick.
better player right now. I have to go with Con Knippel.
Yeah.
I think
And Castle.
Castle's just not consistent enough offensively for my liking. And Con's not the type of guy that you're hounding necessarily on defense. Like you're not attacking him every possession.
True. He's
But
solid.
Stephon Castle, my God,
Yeah, he's
this
a dog.
dude is insane.
Yeah.
And really, both UConn players are having, him and Klingon are having really good year twos. So shout out to whatever they're cooking up over there.
Yeah.
And some other 21-year-olds appearing in the BR99 is Reed Shepard, who's ranked 90th. So I would still go Stephon Castle, the clear better player.
For sure.
So not so bad. Into player number 4, we are up to the 22-year-olds. Who do we think is the best 22-year-old in the National
it has
Basketball
to be
Association?
Wemby.
It's not Wemby. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
So you're going with Victor Wembanyama.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Gio,
You
you are correct.
Thank
It is
you.
Victor Wembanyama.
Thank you.
At 22 years of age. Right now, the 4th best player in the league, which I think is pretty reasonable. I guess if you still consider Giannis to be 3, which I think is fair, even though
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like Brown could be 3. I actually don't know the
Yeah.
I don't know the 99 ranking. We can probably look at that next week or the week after in a surprise segment. But Wemby is having the leap we all were waiting for,
Yeah.
where he's now in the MVP race. And
Yeah.
dude, if he wins a championship this year,
No way.
he's on a ridiculous ceiling path.
Yeah,
like
he is.
he could be the GOAT.
No, literally. At 22 years old, who else has done that?
No
No one.
Yes.
No one. Not even Jordan. No one has done that.
Magic won his rookie year.
Oh, he did.
So, but I don't
Yeah,
know
he
if
did.
I don't if he even went to school all 4 years, still 22, 23. So it's still really impressive. And the other 22-year-olds in contention were Jalen Duren,
He's only 20. What?
yeah, Keontae George, and Anthony Black, who's been having a very underrated season.
Yeah. I
So-
thought Duran was way older than that. Okay.
No, Gio, he's not.
He looks like it. Old
And-
ass.
Anyways, into the next player we go. We're going into the 23-year-olds. So who is the best player at 23 years of age? This is where things start
Jalen
to get.
Johnson.
Say it again.
Jalen Johnson.
Went for Jalen Johnson. Let
He
me-
might be older than that though.
but yeah, this is where on the list
He is actually.
things start to get a little bit tougher because you don't know the certain ages.
Mm,
I will
Well-
help. I will help you out. It's
Okay.
not Jalen Johnson. It
Okay,
is in the
thank you.
Western Conference.
He's SGA 23.
no.
I literally disclaimered that he's not
SGA is
23.
like 27.
Um,
How old is Ty? No, Tyrese now.
it's not Luca.
Definitely not Luca.
No.
Gonna push you for an answer.
In the Western Conference.
Anthony Edwards?
It might be 23.
Yeah.
Let's go AE.
It is not Anthony
Okay, He's
Edwards.
probably older.
It is Alperen Şengün,
Okay.
who is low key like having a pretty stinky season. Like he started off
Yeah.
the first game, he started off like Dirk,
Yeah.
and then look. KD was not wrong. You just shouldn't be saying that about your former teammate.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I view it.
Right.
But, he's not had a good shooting year. He's been not great defensively, but, kind of is what it is. 20th on the 99 rank, I think, is fair. Other 23-year-olds, Chet Holmgren, who's arguably, in my opinion, having a better season,
I would say Chet.
but he has missed time with injury. Paolo Banchero, Amen Thompson, Josh Giddey, Asar, obviously, because Amen's there. Brandon Miller,
I
and
was
Peyton
thinking
Watson.
Brandon Miller. Yeah.
Now, Brandon Miller's not the best.
Well, no, but I was just thinking him as a 23-year-old.
All of like one of the only
Yeah.
players that you could think of. I
Yeah.
think that's definitely fair to say. So shout out to Alperen Şengün. Let's get our first time check of the short, or of the video. How are we doing right now?
11 minutes.
All right, we're making decent time. We'll probably do this in like 20. And we're into the 24-year-olds. Who is the best player that is 24 years old in the NBA?
Is it Anthony Edwards?
I think Edwards is probably like 25, so no.
Maybe.
24. How old is Jalen Johnson? I'm still feeling like Jalen Johnson's on here.
He wants this so bad.
I do. I like him a
Is
lot.
it Tyrese Maxey?
It could be Maxey. Where you were at the college game where you saw Maxey playing? What year was that?
2019.
So that means he was drafted in like 2020.
He's older than 24.
So he's older than
He's
24.
older than 24.
Okay, so 24. You want to give us a hint again, Tyler, or you want to? Just...
This player is. It's up to you guys if you want me to give you a hint.
Yeah, we do.
Take a guess first.
Okay.
Then I'll give you a hint.
Tyrese Maxey.
You're in the right conference, but it's not
Okay.
Tyrese Maxey. So one more guess, and I'm gonna need it because remember this isn't shorts. I can't just
Right,
edit
right,
this
right.
out.
Okay.
Oh,
The right conference.
Evan Mobley?
LaMelo Ball.
It is not LaMelo Ball. It is not Evan Mobley. It is Cade Cunningham.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to my guy. He's just so tough, bro. I cannot not glaze Cade. That's just kind of how I roll.
Yeah.
7th on the ranking, just surpassing Anthony Edwards, who's been ranked 9th on this list. I mean, the year Cade's having, you have to put him above based off of like current day recency
I'm
bias.
not a fan of this.
But, Jalen Johnson is 24 years old, though.
Okay.
Gio. So he's 17th, then Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, and Jalen Williams.
Wow.
LaMelo Ball is on this list as well.
Wow. So 24 is a stacked age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
okay.
guess, like I said, I do think Anthony Edwards right now is the better player.
I agree.
But if we're going off of this season, you can't not put Cade.
That's fair.
He's in the MVP race. Anthony Edwards just isn't.
Yeah,
So I think it's the fair assessment.
that's fair.
But let's know in the comments, who do you think should have been the representative on this list? And Gio, we're getting into your age, 25-year-old player. Who is
Chill, don't say that.
who is the best player not named Giovanni Squitieri?
Giovanni Squitieri.
I think this is Anthony Edwards.
I just said Anthony Edwards.
He's already 24. He's right there. He's on the list for 24. He's the second best 24-year-old.
Oh my God! Wow, I am insane.
You are
because
insane.
I am listening, but I'm also reading this at the same time.
That's fair, yeah.
I think. All right, so 25. Zion, or was Zion drafted in the same year as LaMelo?
He was drafted in 2019.
So is that the same year as LaMelo?
Well, that was
Think.
2020.
No, it was 2020.
So that's that year. Okay, so who was in that Zion draft?
Ja, RJ Barrett, Zion.
I'm gonna just say Zion. I mean, I just
Yeah.
like Zion.
Yeah.
You want to go with Zion or yeah?
That draft class
or
was
it
pretty
could be
bad.
Ja. You know.
No.
All right, let's go Zion.
It is not Zion Williamson. It actually was not from that class. Because remember, the cutoff in America, again, for the international viewers, it's like September to August. It's actually someone you mentioned, Antoine, for the last age. It is Tyrese Maxey.
Oh.
How did we forget about him?
Because you mentioned him in the last stage and you just kind of forgot. He's ranked 11th on the BR99. He's having an incredible year. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, he's
He's been playing so well. Basically becoming the franchise player of the Sixers.
Yeah.
And some other notable 25-year-olds.
Oh.
Zion was on here.
Yeah.
Denny Avdia, Trey Murphy, Jaden McDaniels, and Gio, your guy on Yeka Okongwu, who's been pretty decent for the latter half of the season. Not quite like the first half surge we saw, but it's normal because Trey Young's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Wasn't feeding him the rock as much as he should be. But how do we feel about Maxey over all these guys?
100%.
I think they hit the nail on the head with this one.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fair.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting into our age. Myself and Antoine are 26 years old, although Antoine will be 27 in, what, a month from now?
Yeah.
Something like
than-
that.
Less than a month.
Damn.
So who is the best player at our age, 26 years old?
Oh, you're asking us.
Just remember, when you think about draft classes, there's two that you could be plausible.
Is it Luca?
I think so. I think so.
I think it is Luca.
Go with Luca.
Yeah. Let's go with Luca.
Antoine, you, my friend,
Nice.
no ball.
Good stuff.
Luka Doncic, third. Oh, he's third on the
Okay.
BR99. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Offensively prolific. I think he's still leading the league in scoring. If he's not first, he's second. No, he is on track to lead the league. It says right here in the article, although you guys will just see a picture on the screen. And yeah, other 26-year-olds, we're looking at Triple J, Darius Garland. Yeah, there's a huge gap between him
Yes.
and the rest. However,
Massive.
I believe Luka is now 27 because his birthday was on February. Oh, wait, no, because this came out afterwards. So he is 26. I think we're okay.
Okay.
I forget there's a
Fair
couple
enough.
players that did age after this video came, or after this article came out. So shout out to Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Into the next age, we have 3 left. We have 27, 28, 29. Just one last time check. How we doing?
We got like 60 minutes.
All right, perfect. We're
Yeah, we're
making
doing
good
good.
time. Gio, who is the best player at what will soon to be Antoine's age in 1 month? 27 years old.
So that's the 2017 class.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking.
2017 class.
Oh my God. I know draft classes too. This is insane.
You should be able to get this.
It's got to be LeBron James.
Could you imagine if LeBron was 27 in this
I'm
state?
gonna say SGA.
You're going to say
I'm
SGA.
gonna go with SGA. 27 years old.
Respectfully, Gio, that was an incredible decision
Let's
on your
go.
part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So shout out to Aura Man, still ranked second below Jokic in the BR99, which is pretty normal.
Reeves.
But again, this was before that matchup when he hit the game winner. Because this was on the second. Their game was on either the 9th or 10th. Incredible player. There's really no one in comparison. Like Austin Reeves, who the hell's that guy? MPJ, Nets legend, who cares? Trey Young, Desmond Bane, hell nah. This is his age group for the rest of his career. And I don't really see anyone else catching up to him.
Yeah, no.
So that's a pretty easy one. Shout out to Shai and his aura. And boys, we have 2 ages left. Are we ready to get into the penultimate one?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, we are getting into the 28-year-old player, Giovanni. Any ideas who the best 28-year-old player is?
28 years old. Man, this is getting rough. What are you thinking? This is 2016. What was I doing in 2016?
Devin Booker.
Bro said, what was I doing in 2016?
Devin
Booker?
I don't know if he's 28. I think Devin Booker is like 29. But you can guess it if you want.
Hold on.
Apologize to the viewers' ears.
I think, yeah, Booker was drafted in 2015. That would make him around 29, I'm guessing.
Gonna have to push you for an
So,
answer.
2018. I think it's a big man.
Okay. And who is
Is
set?
conference?
it Jokic?
Ooh, yeah. Let's go Jokic. No, wait. Jokic is older than that. Jokic was drafted in 2014. Yeah, so it's not Jokic. Okay.
Oh yeah, fair. Okay.
Got to give me a guess.
Do you think it's Jalen Brunson?
Jalen
Cat?
Brown.
Go with
Oh.
Jalen Brown.
Can we go
Yeah.
Jalen Brown, 28 years old, I think?
Yeah.
You can go with Jalen Brown.
He's a year older
Or
than Tatum.
Tatum?
No, he's a year older than Tatum.
So you want to go Tatum? Let's go Jason Tatum. Let's
Yeah.
go Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So at the time this article came out, Jason Tatum was 27. And SGA obviously is better than Tatum.
Right.
However, the player that was 28 at the time is Jamal Murray.
Oh.
Oh,
However,
wow.
Jason Tatum is now 28 years old. So it should be Jason Tatum.
So we got that right.
However, it's an absolute farce because he's only 19 years old.
Okay.
So it is Jamal Murray.
Okay, fair.
All right.
However, the other 28-year-olds, Bam
Bam
Adebayo.
Adebayo.
I feel like we got to
Of
give it to
course,
him, bro. It would have been funny if he scored 82, which just his age backwards.
Yeah.
But we'll give him that. Also,
Wow.
Larry Markkinen, De'Aaron Fox, OG Anunoby makes the list.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Zubats is 28.
Yeah, he's up there.
Nuts. I thought he was a lot older than that because he's been in the league a long time.
Yes.
So yeah, it's in retrospect, it is Jason Tatum, but for the sake of this, we'll put Jamal Murray. I'll probably put both their pictures or whatever I'm feeling. I'll probably put Jamal, Tatum, and Bam, just like I'll put Tatum for 19.
Yeah.
So understandably so. And boys, are we ready for the final age?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Jalen Brown.
It's got to be Jalen Brown, right?
This is the 29-year-old player. Boys, you guessed Jalen Brown.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Brown. Yeah.
It's Jalen Brown.
It is incorrect.
29, Jalen Brunson.
What?
It is not Jalen Brunson.
Is it the right conference?
29.
Jalen-
Oh, wait. Did we say this name already?
No, you did not.
We didn't say this.
But
this-
Jalen Brunson is 29.
Oh.
Is this in the right conference though?
You are in the right conference.
We're in the right conference. Is it Donovan Mitchell?
This is Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
So shout out Spider, ranked 8th on the Bleacher Report list. And he's been having a good season. I think it's been pretty quiet on like the buzz around him because obviously the Harden trade kind of overshadowed everything. And they weren't great in the first half of the or first part of the year.
Yeah.
Jalen Brown also is 29. He's ranked 12th, which I think is total BS. Brown should be ahead of him. Like if you're going to put Cade above Ant, then you should put Brown above Spider.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I view it. Jalen Brunson's at 13, then Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, and then Sabonis and Miles Turner.
Mikal
Miles
Bridges
Turner-
should not be there.
Miles Turner being on this list is insane.
At 99.
Mikal-
that's hilarious.
Wild.
Mikal Bridges should not be in this list at all.
No, he should be in this list. He just shouldn't be in the top 20. But I think 45 is honestly, he's the most 45th best player in the league.
I guess.
He's not even top 99.
I mean, based
Technically, Donovan Mitchell is because he's number 45.
exactly, yeah. So fair enough. But yeah, that concludes part number 1 of the best NBA player at every age. Let us know down in the comments who is the best player at your age. And honestly, if you're in your 30s or 40s and above, and there's no one in the league, who is the best player at your age right now? Like if someone that's retired, like I know I think Michael Jordan's like 52 or something like that, or 60, something like that. I don't even know. He's up there in
idea.
age.
Yeah.
Let us know. And boys, we've reached that point in the episode. Are we ready to make some bold predictions?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the second half of the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's the main segment. As you can tell by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be giving 15 bold predictions for the 2026 season. Now, we did this last year, and it went very well. It wound up causing us to go viral. I think the clip got over 150,000 views on Twitter of my Pacers finals pick, which is quite nuts. So
good.
literally every time they won a game, I would just spam it in like under like Legion Hoops posts and stuff. And you know what caught wind? And shout out to Young Simba. He pushed it big time with Pacers Twitter. I've become known as the Pacers prophet. So
Really?
yeah.
That's awesome.
And again, we don't have and again, these are just playoff teams, so we don't have the Pacers in here, but I already did stamp them as 2027 champs. So I will say that now.
My gosh.
And hopefully I am right.
Very
and
ambitious of you.
Very ambitious, but honestly, it's not impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
Nothing's impossible. Klay Thompson won a ring after he tore his Achilles.
Right.
So it's very much in the realm of possibility. And again, these bold predictions can be about anything relating to the playoffs, a coach, a player, a trade in the offseason, really something along the lines of these teams in 2026.
Right.
So I guess, boys, the question I will ask you, how bold did you go today?
You'll see what some of mine. Some of them are pretty bold.
Yeah.
Some of them are like, okay, I can actually see that happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But most of them are pretty bold. I'll say that.
I think a couple of mine are maybe like a little lukewarm as far as like it's not that hot of a take,
Right.
but I've gone balls to the wall on some of them,
Yeah, you'll see.
which I think is fair to say.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're going to alternate each round. We have, 5 total rounds since we have 15?
Yeah.
Kind of just like we did in the buying and selling stock, which you guys seem to have loved. And honestly, outside of maybe like 1 or 2 picks, we did really well on that.
Yeah.
So shout out to us. And boys, do we have any questions, comments, concerns before we dive in to the first round of teams?
I'm ready to go.
All right, Antoine, why don't you start us off? Who was your first team?
Well, you want me to say my 2 I'm not doing?
Yeah, that's right. So there's 21 total teams that we're kind of doing for the every playoff team. And since there's only 15, 2 teams are unfortunately getting the cut.
All right, so I am cutting the Bucks
Fair.
and the Warriors. So Gio can live.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
All right, so I'm going to go to the Rockets. So my bold prediction is that they will be eliminated in the first round.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
That Loki
I have no faith in them.
that might be more of a lukewarm take.
I think that's a lukewarm take as well. The West is stacked. The Rockets are cold.
Pull up the standings right now.
They don't really have chemistry because of Kevin Durant. Alperen Şengün is having a cold season.
Yeah.
My
You know
damn
what I mean? So
laptop's
it's
in the way.
all that stuff there. I think that's kind of very possible, actually.
If the season ended today,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like why aren't the standings not pulling up? There we go. So if the season ended today, they would play the Nuggets in the first round.
Very plausible exit.
Very plausible. But like it's tough because I feel like they'd easily be able to win against Phoenix and the Clippers.
Right.
And I feel like
They're not going to get the 2 seed, though.
well, they could. The Spurs are kind of ahead. So
Yeah.
you're either playing Denver, LA, or Minnesota in the first round.
Yeah. Denver, LA, or if they play LA, they'll probably beat them because LeBron James is playing for the Lakers.
Of course, you're back to this BS again.
And look, I have to. But if they play the Nuggets or the Timberwolves, they're getting bounced. First round exits. So I think that's plausible, man.
I think it is. I feel like if you wanted to go even more bold, maybe like they get swept.
Yeah.
Because remember, Kevin Durant did get swept 2 years ago against Minnesota?
I mean,
Yeah.
but eliminating the first round for the Rockets is still pretty.
It
is pretty
yeah,
insane.
because they're a top 3
Pretty
seed.
insane.
Because I'll put it plain and simple, the way Denver's playing right now, they do not deserve to get out of the first round.
Right.
So Houston essentially should win this series,
Right.
but we know the inconsistencies
Yeah.
with the offense.
Yeah, and look how close it is at 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, they're all within a game.
They're all right there. So anything
Yeah.
could change. And even 6 and 7, like the Suns are right there too, low key, right?
Yeah, they
It's
are.
just tough for Phoenix right now because Dylan Brooks is out for a month.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way they're playing right now is still really
They're still
good.
playing good.
Like you're getting good production out of Colin Gillespie. You're getting good production out of guys like Oso Ighodaro,
Mhm.
and Devin Booker's still doing his thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the Rockets, this team should be, in my opinion, the 2 seed. But the lack of a true point guard is hurting them.
Yeah.
Reed's been inconsistent, and Kevin Durant's really going to have to go to Bucks series for him to get out of the first round.
Yeah. Or Şengün needs to lock in and start hitting shots.
Yeah.
Same thing with Jabari Smith.
Schmith. I mean,
For
how
both
many
of them.
how many games do you think they can push Denver, LA, or Minnesota?
Oh, they can win the series. They can win the series. If Kevin Durant gets help, because Kevin Durant's going to show up.
Right.
If he gets help, they're going to win the series.
He's going to show
Because
up.
then Thompson can do his thing. You know what I mean?
Right. He's going to show up, and he's going to cry about it in the group chats if they don't show up.
Yeah, literally.
So all the pressure's on
Yeah.
for kind of both ends of the spectrum. But honestly, I don't think that's not a true bold hot take, but it's not bad. They could easily win, but they could also easily lose.
Right.
So not
All
bad.
right, let's get into mine next.
What you got, G?
All right, so
Who
the
are you
2
not
teams I
doing?
didn't do, I remembered. It is the Clippers and it is the Blazers.
Okay.
Those 2
Fair.
teams I did not do or bold predictions for.
Understandable.
So my first team,
The Clippers low key could have been one.
I could have.
Because the way they're playing right now, they went from 6-21 to 32-32.
Yeah, which is big, but
Yeah.
Harden's not there anymore. And
They look good with
all that.
Mathurin and Garland.
Do they?
Yeah.
I haven't really watched Clippers basketball, if I'm being honest.
Lock back into them.
I
Kawhi's
should.
been
I
incredible.
know
man.
Kawhi's insane.
I love
and if
Kawhi,
Kawhi
man.
gets in the playoffs, anything could happen. We know that.
Hey.
Yeah. All right, so let me get into my first team. It is the Cleveland Cavaliers. I have to start off with the Cavaliers.
Have to start with your favorite team.
Yeah, and sure. So my bold prediction is that the Cavaliers just get bounced in the first round. It's kind of similar to what you said. Cavaliers get bounced in the first round. Inevitable chokes from James Harden and Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Is that really bold?
I think for where
I
they
think so,
where they've
because
gotten to right now.
Right
yeah.
now, they look like they're pretty formidable.
I mean,
You know
if
what
I'm being honest, you should beat the Raptors in the first round. That's
Right.
who they would play if the season ended today. But you're only a half game behind the Knicks.
Yeah.
And you're going, I mean, if that's the case, you're either playing against the Raptors or you're playing against the guy that dropped 83 points in a game.
Yeah, I have a hot take for the Heat later on. You'll
good.
hear that.
Yeah.
All right. Gee, I think that's very plausible. I mean, I have the Raptors, so
This is a lukewarm take.
it makes my Raptors one look a lot better.
That is true.
Okay.
I will say that.
It's tough because I feel like the 4 or 5s can go either way. The Cavs have been in this situation before.
Yeah.
They took down the Magic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the Clippers like conference finals would have been a cool one.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Maybe.
But you just wanted to hate on the Cavs. I can't
I
let you
had to
not.
put the Cavs and just hate on them a little bit. You know, bounce. It would be just so great. They get James Harden. Everyone's feeling great. They get Dennis Schroeder, Keon Ellis. Everyone's like, "Oh, we're gonna be no." You get bounced in the first round. You know what I mean? So I had to put him in there.
It's understandable. I think
Yeah.
it's well and truly plausible.
Yeah.
And I think it's also well and truly plausible they can get to the conference finals.
Is it really plausible though? Do you really see the Cavaliers losing to the Raptors or the Heat?
I could see them losing to Miami. Because if there's one person you can't doubt, it's Spoelstra. I think they could. Like I said, they could.
Okay.
And like I said, the Cavs have never been healthy in the playoffs since like ever. And if they have injuries, then
Yeah.
you know
True.
the team's full of playoff droppers.
Sure.
Maybe they can all form together and move forward.
Yeah.
But it's besides the point. All right, my first team. The teams that I cut were the Phoenix Suns and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh man.
So unfortunately, Gio, there's really nothing about Philly that I could really make that's bold.
I wish I had Philly.
Why, you're going to predict them to make the finals? Yeah, I knew that was coming, even though Embiid's never made it past the second round. But do you want me to go for another playoff type bold prediction?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's go to Gio's favorite team in the NBA right now, the Charlotte Hornets.
Yes.
And
I love it.
this is a team that has been like red hot beyond belief since the start of the year.
Yeah.
And my bold prediction is that they will be the second 8 seed in 3 years to make the conference finals.
I love that prediction, bro. Look, although it's not very plausible,
It's
but
not.
that's what this is supposed to be.
This is what it's about.
This is supposed to be bold.
I was thinking they could make the finals, but on one end, I think the top 4 teams could easily bounce them.
Yeah.
And 2, they're just going to be exhausted. Like they've had to make up so much ground from the first 2 months of the season that were terrible.
But they're young.
They're young, yes, but that doesn't mean that they can form the energy.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that's going to keep them away is not their exhaustion. It's going to be their inexperience.
Yeah. That's
Well,
going
yeah,
to hurt.
obviously.
But like I said, if they could easily pull off an upset, they could beat Detroit. I could see it happening. And if you get through, you could easily beat Cleveland or Toronto. You could beat the Knicks. Like it's definitely in the realm of possibility. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
impossible. I definitely feel more confident about the Pacers making the finals last year than I do about the Hornets making a deep run.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe if I were to come back down to earth a little bit, they beat the Pistons in the first round.
Dude, stay where you are. Stay on Mars, okay? Because I love this take. I think the Hornets actually
That's
are
a good
going
one.
to do this, and I hope they do because it's great for the NBA. So
It would be
love it.
amazing. I think the way they're playing right now is just incredible. I'm really curious to see how Kneppel plays while being face guarded because we just haven't seen that. And that's really going to be a test. And I think we're going to see real tests for the whole rest of this roster. I'm curious to see Charles Lee adjustments in the playoffs as well.
Yeah.
Or they could just lose to the Hawks in the play-in and I look like an idiot.
There's no way.
Yeah, and then
I would hate that.
The good thing about the Hornets getting far is the announcer as well.
Well, no, the whatchamacallit, the
What's his
hometown announcer, Eric Collins,
Eric Collins.
the local announcers only do the first round.
Oh,
And
Wow.
he also does national TV games only on Prime, and they only do first round coverage.
Dang.
NBC and ESPN will take
Okay,
over from
so-
there.
he needs to work for every
We'll
single
see it for a little bit,
organization.
but yeah, that take is great. I mean, they're on the come up. These guys, they're gonna get better next year, obviously as well. But
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, not so bad.
All right,
All right, boys, into round 2. Antoine, who's your first team in round 2?
this is good. This is a good transition actually. We're gonna stay in the East. We're gonna go to Toronto.
Okay.
We're gonna make Fady happy. So I have my bold take or prediction is that the Raptors make the conference finals.
Wow.
On who's back?
Well, Scotty,
Scotty's
BI.
back? Okay.
You have Quickly, RJ. All those guys are scorers, but the main scorers you have BI, Scotty. I think Quickly does have a really good role in the playoffs. RJ, maybe not so much. I think the bench pops off. I'm looking at Jamal Shed. I'm looking at Mamu. I'm looking at maybe Dick Grady. Who knows?
Back to this again.
And who else is on that bench? Oh my goodness.
I mean, that's really the
Yeah,
rotation.
it's
Mamu,
the main
Jamal
guys.
Shed,
No one else is going to play.
you got the main guys.
Pirtle. I'm not relying much on Pirtle, but the other four I just mentioned, I said BI, Scotty.
Right.
We're gonna get those guys vintage in the playoffs, like they did when BI was in the first half of the season, dropping all those points.
You know what? I'm looking forward to
Scotty.
that because I haven't seen Scotty really do anything in the playoffs at all.
The one time he played in the playoffs was against the Sixers in 2022, and Embiid stepped on his foot and he rolled his ankle in the first game. So he didn't really get to show off his full arsenal.
Right.
In my honest opinion, out of all 20 teams that will play postseason basketball, the Raptors are by far the most confusing one.
In terms of like they can surprise you or they can just be trash. Or...
They can either get swept or they can win the whole thing. I don't know. There's no basis to what Toronto can do. And I think we'll probably lean on the realm of them probably losing to the Cavs in the first round. But again, BI could go on an absolute blinder and average 28 a game.
Yeah.
Scotty's defense has been impeccable this season.
Yeah. Colin Murray boils off the bench.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Conor,
Yeah,
yes,
he's
that's
good.
exactly.
I think it's really going to come down to matchups when it comes to Toronto because I think that's what's going to tell the tale in these series.
Yeah.
It's going to be what does Darko draw up. I feel like if you're going against the Knicks in round one, they've got your number all season. I don't think it's going to happen, although we have seen the Knicks prove people wrong with playoffs and stuff like that.
I don't want to play the Raptors, the Knicks, because of Quickly and RJ Barrett. And if they go off on us,
which they probably will.
Knicks' Twitter and Knicks everywhere are going to be pissed.
Yeah.
And if OG has a stinking series against the Raptors too,
Yeah.
and I mean, but if they're not playing us, I would want Quickly and Barrett to pop off because they're really great players. I love them on the Knicks. Obviously, they didn't work out as best as we wanted them to, but they're great. And Fady's always hating on Quickly. I know Quickly is phenomenal, and I want Quickly to prove
he's not phenomenal.
He's good. He's good. He's a phenomenal, I guess, like for what he does. He's very
good playmaker.
What's the word?
Good scorer.
Yeah, he's a playmaker.
He's just good. I wouldn't say he's anything more than that.
Yeah.
But the way the Heat are playing right now, they're only a game behind Toronto.
Yeah.
And they are going to pass them.
Not even. Oh,
yeah, they're going to. They're a game back. They're one ahead.
They have one win.
They have one win ahead.
Actually, they are
loss.
They're even right now, actually, based on
they
that.
Are even.
But the Raptors have the tiebreaker, so the Heat will pass them. So, I think it's it's part of bold predictions. Yeah. So I like the optimism on Toronto. I think it would be cool. I'd like to see them back in in the limelight.
All right, let me get into my next team here.
Go with something that's not playoff related. I feel like we've just done 4 straight teams of that.
We did. So let me see something here.
I will let you see. I'll let you utilize your eyesight.
I have something that is still semi-playoff related, but it has other things involved in it.
Different implications, yeah.
So let's go with that.
Okay.
We're gonna go with the Knicks. They're staying in the East. I'm sorry. I know we want to take it to the
I have
West.
a West team next, so you're good.
So the New York Knicks, I got here that Karl Anthony Towns breaks out of his shooting slump and he carries the Knicks in the playoffs, just in time for the playoffs to secure the second seed.
Okay.
The Knicks are going to secure the second seed. Karl Towns is going to go insane. That is my bold prediction.
I like
Very
that.
bold because Cat's not doing
He's a little better recently.
well. Is he?
Yeah.
A little better.
Well, he's going to take it up another notch.
I wouldn't even say it's that necessarily. I think you're just really going to need a cold stretch from Boston.
You think so?
I mean, look, Knicks are already 3 games behind in the loss column. So
It's true.
they got major ground to break up. However, I like it. I like that you didn't say the Knicks would make the finals because that would break my heart.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because I look like New York City. I don't know if the city could have handled the Knicks making the finals.
Yeah.
The city would burn down.
It would. It really
It would be
would.
like the scenes when they made the conference finals was bad enough.
Yeah.
My cousin works in the city. Shout out him. He literally said he walks to his office and like it's not
Bing
safe.
bong, yeah.
Yeah, bing bong, head ass, all that stuff. But the only way the Knicks succeed in the playoffs is if Cat is good. Because
Yeah.
we've seen, I still will always talk about what Becky Hammond said. Brunson is too small to lead that on his own. You need help.
Maybe Cat is saving it up for the playoffs. Maybe, right?
Look,
Maybe he's gonna turn it up. Maybe I'm right.
Look, Cat's notoriously been a playoff dropper. He's been better in the first 2 rounds the past 2 years.
Yeah.
However, in the conference finals, Luka Doncic made him his bitch, and last year Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam made him his bitch.
Fair.
So that's kind of the problem. And I see this, if you're going into a conference final series against, who would you play? The Pistons, potentially? We already know what Cade and Durant have done to this dude. And even when he wasn't playing, it was Isaiah Stewart or Paul Reed, B-ball
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough, but it's a bold prediction. I think it's well and truly capable of happening where they can get the 2 seed. It's just going to take a lot from Cat, and I just don't know if he has that because Brunson has not looked good as of late.
Yeah.
The March basketball's gotten to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we rely on JB obviously a lot. OG's been a little better. Mikal Bridges don't
OG's
even get
been
me
great.
started. Well, we need Cat definitely, and I'm a Cat hater, but when Cat's on, I'm definitely not gonna root against the guy. Obviously, as a Knicks fan,
Do you think it's possible, though?
100%. Yeah, I mean, he had 37 in the Lakers game, but they lost both those games to the Lakers and the Clippers, which should not have happened.
Dude, I saw a stat. The Lakers went like over 5 minutes without scoring.
Yeah,
and they still won the
and
game.
it's so irritating because both those LA games should have been a win or 1-1, whatever, regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other supporting cast besides Cat is, I mean, I say Cat's the biggest problem, but Mikal Bridges is slowly getting to that where Cat's going to be not the biggest problem anymore.
No, I would say Mikhail's your biggest problem from a front office perspective because he gave up 6
Right.
picks.
Yeah.
But Cat is your problem.
Yeah.
If he's a borderline all-star superstar type player,
Yeah.
he should be better in those games.
Yeah,
And if he's not, then it's on him.
Yeah.
So I like that from you, Gio. A rare good Knicks prediction.
Yeah.
Anyways, are we finally ready to get into something else besides the playoffs?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about, of course, my guy Victor Wembanyama. And I think he will become the youngest MVP in NBA history.
Wow.
I mean, we were just talking about
We
this.
did just talk about that.
Again, I think that's very plausible because if
I don't think
if
so.
San Antonio again beats OKC, beats
a big if.
Denver.
They already did
Yeah, no, they're 4-0, right?
4-1. They
4-1.
don't play them. They don't play them anymore.
Oh,
Okay, so
they're
they got to
done.
play Denver.
They have to play Denver and they have to play Boston. Well, they already played
If,
Boston, so just Denver.
If the Spurs pass OKC for the 1 seed, and Wemby goes on this nice stretch of how many games left? 15, 16 games left?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't think so. Here's the thing. Like Wemby's like if you look at the stats, right? He's averaging 23.
Mhm.
And then he's like 11 rebounds, like 3 assists, and then like 3 blocks probably. Like
Right.
that's very good, right?
Mhm.
But compare that to SGA stats, it's not really that close. Like SGA is averaging 10 more points than him.
Yeah, but he's
Right.
got 2 things that SGA doesn't
The
have.
blocks, I understand.
He's got the defensive, like he's on a total
SGA
other
is a good
planet.
defender as
He's a
well.
good defender, yes, but Wemby's on a whole other planet.
Yeah.
And he's got the matchups. 4-1 versus OKC, 2-0 versus Boston, 2-0 versus Detroit. And presumably, he could wind up doing that. And plus, the other thing, like we talked about, the what if situation,
Right.
if the Celtics beat the Thunder both times,
Yeah.
it's a
possible.
possibility. And this is
But
the only chance for him to be
think-
younger than D Rose to do this.
I think that would be cool. Honestly, I'm rooting for him. Okay. But
You
the reason why I don't think it's gonna happen is because I don't think Wemby's gonna go insane. Like I think he needs to go insane. Like I'm talking about average 35 points for the remainder of the season.
I think it's
Yeah.
possible.
It is.
It's possible.
He had
I don't
30
think
he
it's
had-
gonna happen.
He had
though.
38 and 15 with 4 blocks the other night.
But that's one night. Is he gonna do that consistently for the rest of the season?
I think he
I don't
can.
think so.
Because now we're getting closer to the playoffs. March is the most important time of the year for you to get your body right. And I think he's going to start, ramping up more to get ready for the playoffs because he hasn't played as much this year because he had the calf strain. And look, I think it's possible.
Okay.
And especially if the Thunder topple over a little bit, Wemby could make a sneak attack.
I think it's bold.
It's
which
very
it's
bold.
supposed to be.
Because I was going to say they win the finals, but like they're one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
It's very likely.
Yeah.
And you know what? Wemby could make the most ridiculous last second comeback for the MVP, and that would truly break the NBA.
That would.
So it would take a big month from him, and I think we can see it. And it would be a season where he wins both MVP and DPOI.
It's fair.
So shout out to Wemby.
Sorry.
You good? While Gio fixes his light, Antoine, we are into round number 3. Who is your next team?
Let's see.
Curious to see where you go with this, because I forgot what teams I assigned to you. Gotta push you for a pick.
I'm gonna go to Denver. So we just again another team we just spoke about.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna shoot big here.
Okay, this could mean a lot of things. Shoot the shot, bro.
I mean, these are all playoff related, obviously.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So the Nuggets will make the NBA Finals.
Okay. How do they do that?
Yeah, how?
They are gonna make because we're gonna have Jokic and Jamal Murray playoff form.
Okay.
We're gonna have Christian Brown finally finding his form as well, and Aaron Gordon's gonna be back. P. Watt's gonna be back. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. goes off in the playoffs like he always does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at Bruce Brown to play that same role at the same time they won that championship in 23. Cam Johnson. I'm not looking much for Cam Johnson still. I'm still relying on Brown. I'm relying on Murray. I'm relying on Jokic and Aaron Gordon. The bench with P. Watt. I think David Adelman's going to get that same playoff mentality and form as last year, where they made it to how far they made it, the second round?
Game 7 of the second round.
And as it's OKC and they lost.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna get past that and make the finals. I think once you get past OKC, I think they have San Antonio kind of locked up as well.
Okay.
If I'm Denver, if everything goes to plan as I just said.
What do you think about that, Gio? Curious your thoughts.
I think it's definitely bold
Yeah.
because once again, we've said this so many times, the Western Conference is stacked
It's loaded,
top
bro.
to bottom.
And you have to, right now, they have to play the Spurs in the second round if they get past Houston.
Yeah. So it's definitely a bold prediction, and that's what this is about. But yeah, I mean that's all I could say, honestly. Yeah.
It's tough. I think there's a much more likely possibility of David Adelman losing his job in a first round exit than there is with this. I mean, put it this way, right? You get past Houston, right? Then you have to play San Antonio. And if you somehow manage to do that, you're more than likely playing the Timberwolves or the Thunder, a team that has had your number for the past 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You're basically begging for the Lakers in the conference finals.
I do think the Nuggets will get to the conference finals.
I don't know.
I think they beat the Spurs.
I'm not confident.
I think they do beat the Spurs because inexperience from the Spurs.
No, but I just can't trust the Nuggets to be healthy. If
they are.
Right, but we don't know that.
Okay.
That's the problem. I think, obviously you need Jokic in the lineup, but if there's no Aaron Gordon, you're not getting far.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's an absolute must. And even against a team like OKC, you need your full roster.
Yeah.
There was no Peyton Watson, and you still lost the game.
Yeah.
And I just don't trust it. They've lost the intensity that Russell Westbrook brought, like you mentioned earlier. They've seemed to have lost that offensive punch that MPJ provided. And while the bench depth is there, the non-Jokic minutes are still a disaster.
Yeah.
And even now with him on the floor, they're still not that good. So it's definitely tough. I think this is the first year where I actually probably have the least amount of belief in the Denver Nuggets since when Jamal Murray was out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I picked them to win it all in 2024, which they should have.
Mm-hmm.
And then I picked them to, I think, get to the conference finals. Or no, I picked them to lose in the second round to OKC last year. But I don't know. It's very bold. I think they're really going to need everything to work out.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it's on David Adelman's shoulders because I have not liked the way his rotations have been the past few weeks.
Yeah.
But I like the take.
All right, G-Man.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Who's your next team?
So, excuse me. So let's go with the Timberwolves.
Okay.
The Timberwolves. This is bold. Let me just preface. Okay?
I'm really curious to see what you have to say about them.
So the Timberwolves beat the Thunder in whatever series they match up with them with, whatever it is, right? They beat the Thunder. They get past them.
Okay.
They make it to the finals. They win the finals. Anthony Edwards is your new NBA Finals MVP
And face of the league.
and face the league.
Face of the league.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you roll with that.
No, that's originally what I was saying. But
Yeah.
because he beats SGA, knocks him off, right? And so it's like, it's like Edwards is the guy, which is kind of what the media's kind of pushing a little bit. They want him to be that guy.
They want it to be an American.
That's part of it, but I also think he's just super charismatic.
No, he is, but they want him to be American. That's especially ESPN.
Yeah.
When they get into their xenophobia
That's fair,
and their agendas and stuff like that. Yeah. Look, we saw last year Ant have a clutch block on SGA in the clutch. This year we saw Anthony Edwards have a clutch steal on SGA in the clutch. He's well and truly capable.
Yeah.
Can the rest of the team help him?
I think so.
But can Anthony Edwards show up in the conference finals?
And he is. I have written down here a number of clutch performances where you're like, you can't deny it. He's better than this dude SGA.
This dude.
I'm talking about a number of clutch performances, like crazy, not missing in the clutch. I'm talking about game winners, clutch blocks, steals, all of it, all of the above.
Can we bring up the rise of the clutchness of SGA the past week and a half?
Yeah, I know.
What do you think about this, Antoine? As someone who believes in both the Thunder and Ant.
Well, I'm never going to discount Anthony Edwards at all because, that's my guy. And we share the same name. It's just beautiful. So, again, I don't discount that. And I think, obviously they're a lot better than a 5 seed just because the West is stacked, as we've spoken about. Their record speaks for itself.
Right.
I'm looking at guys to step up. You need, of course, Randall, Devo. I mean, it sucks not having Naw anymore, obviously. Nas Reed will step up, of course. So Chris Finch is phenomenal for what he does. Even Mike Nori. You have kind of 2 head coaches there in a sense. Mike Nori's is probably could get a head coaching job in the offseason.
You have 3 now with Mike Conley back on the team.
Yeah,
that's
right.
true. Yeah. So again, I mean, listen. Also, a Yankee. A-Rod is part owner of the Timberwolves. It's a great story, regardless, for me and my agenda. So again, knocking off the Lakers, very plausible.
That's going to happen.
Getting to the finals.
What do you think?
I like it. Rudy Gobert's there. Listen.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Rudy Gobert also, I forgot to mention. Rudy Gobert also gets dunked on 3 times by Chet Holmgren.
Oh my goodness.
But they somehow win.
Exactly, because you know what? He'll do what he did against Jokic. He'll hit a fadeaway mid-range shot in Game 7. And
Gobert
was ridiculous.
Gobert is gonna go off. If your agenda, he's gonna go off the whole playoffs. He's gonna get them there. He's not going to MVP, but he's going to get into the conversations as one of the best defensive players of all time.
And I agree with him in the sense that I do think the only way Minnesota wins it all is if Rudy Gobert has an all-time defensive playoff run, which would cement him into very uncomfortable conversations that Draymond Green especially would not want to have.
Yeah.
If that happens and they actually go to the finals and win and Rudy Gobert has that type of playoff run, I will stop being a Rudy Gobert hater. Okay.
I guarantee you if that happens, he's just going to be like, that was luck, bro.
Listen, you heard it here first. I'm going to be a Rudy Gobert I don't want to hear any luck.
Yeah. If he plays the way he did against the Lakers and Warriors last year, then it's very likely, which would be so cool. Rudy deserves it. He's one of the most overhated players in NBA history. Mm-hmm. And I think that would be awesome. Yeah. So shout out to him. So should I get into my next team?
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of uncomfortable conversations, we're going to go to the Boston Celtics.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to talk about a wild Jaylen Brown. Because, like I said, with Tatum back, the Celtics instantly become a title contender. And I do think it is very realistic for them to win it all. Mm-hmm. And I think when they do win it all, because I do think part of the bold prediction is that the Boston Celtics will win the 2026 NBA Finals. I think Jaylen Brown will capture his 2nd Finals MVP in 3 seasons and cement a top 20 legacy of all time.
Wow. I like that. I really like that bold prediction. That might be my favorite one of the day, actually. Yeah. I think Jaylen Brown right now is the leader of the team, and that's partially because Jason Tatum's just coming back from an injury. But you saw when he got ejected from the game last night, or what was that, 2 nights ago or last night?
Yeah, he tweeted.
Last night.
He tweeted right away.
You saw right away this all of a sudden the Spurs had life again and they won the game.
Yeah.
Right? So if Jaylen Brown's in the game, they're easily a top 3 team in the NBA.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, listen, talk about having 2 stars on your team. I mean, people like regarding the Celtics, they hate to hear that because, it's Tatum's team, but at the end of the day, they're both co-stars together.
Okay.
And
can I ask a question really quick to you? If Jaylen Brown, if his agenda comes true and Jaylen Brown wins the Finals MVP again 2 times, is it now Jaylen Brown's team, or is it still Jason Tatum's team?
No,
It's still Jason Tatum's team.
Jason
It's
Tatum's
just
team.
right now Tatum's not health, like he's not 100%. So Brown, it still is his team right now, but next season it's going to go back to Tatum's team. I think Tatum's going to have a really good season next year.
I feel like if Jaylen Brown,
If he wins
if
Finals
he gets
MVP
that,
again,
I think he's in the conversation, or even the best Robin of all time.
fair.
Yeah, I think he would
Because
absolutely pass everybody else.
Scotty, I think he passes Scotty.
But
I
is
think
he even a Robin at that point?
No, he
though?
wouldn't be. He wouldn't be.
wouldn't be. But if you're putting it into terms of just, I guess, satisfying Celtics fans, I guess, because it's always Tatum's team. He's like the kid, like, you know, they glorified him, like,
Because he's light skinned.
And he's 19.
yeah, I guess. But like he's like the savior, he's like their baby, and like Brown's just there. He's like, I'm here, but like, you know, I'm kind of doing the work, and he's the Robin. So that's kind of the Celtics, you know. But for us, obviously, we don't see it as that.
Yeah.
No, there are two. They would. I think they would cement themselves as
The best 1-2.
the best duo in the NBA.
Yeah.
And I don't know really how many, but they would probably be like a top 10 to 15 duo of all time.
I think they're already the best duo in the NBA right now.
I still think it's Jokic and Murray because that 2-man game is lethal beyond belief.
Sorry.
It's just I think Brown and Tatum are the best talent wise.
Yeah.
But as far as like offensive
Playing
like
together?
structure, it's absolutely Jokic and
I
Murray.
guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I would
listen,
say they're right behind them at 2.
Okay.
But, you know, I feel like Tatum would also, a second ring would move him up further. I think Tatum's already like a top 50, 40 player. He'd move himself into the top 30 with 2 rings,
Yeah.
I think, easily, especially if he's playing, even if you get 75% of what you got 2 years ago when you played
Right.
Dallas.
Right.
And he didn't even play that good
No.
against Dallas. So maybe a lot of the pressure's off of Tatum's shoulders, so maybe he can deliver and lock in. Maybe he could get the Finals MVP.
yeah,
Who the hell
I mean,
knows?
Derek White.
Derek White would be such a based Finals MVP.
I think he can get it. If Iguodala can get it, I think Derek White can get it.
I think I would say that if Jaylen Brown wasn't having an incredible
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
He's
fair.
just too damn good right now.
Fair.
I mean, the Celtics have 2 of the best 3rd overall picks in our recent memory
Yeah.
together, and they drafted them back to back, which is even crazier.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes either one doesn't work out or one is significantly worse than the other, but they're both on the same level of, you know, first team all NBA.
Yeah.
You can make the argument, honestly.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
Yeah, I was actually gonna have that as my last team, but I was just kind of reading it through. The last prediction I have is bold. It's
Okay.
it's
Save it for last,
insane. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to save it for last.
All
So
All right, so
Antoine, we're
I'm-
into the penultimate round.
So I'm gonna leave my best one for last.
Yeah, do that.
So we're gonna go to the Hawks. So the Hawks right now are the 9th seed. They're 34-31 now. They're creeping up out of the play-in.
Mhm.
If you kind of look at the Sixers and the Magic, so they're on a 7-game winning streak right now, as we're speaking. I mean, it could be done by the time this comes out, but I want to keep the agenda, maybe 8 or 9. So
8-9.
8-9. So my bold prediction is going to piggyback to Tyler's preseason prediction, where the Atlanta Hawks will get out of the play-in, make it into the top 6, and possibly make it into the top 4.
Well,
Wow.
what do you mean? Which one are you going with? Top 6 or top 4?
I'm gonna make it into the top 6, top 6, but I will not say where in the top 6. But they will get out of that play-in.
So it's into the playoffs.
Miami's gonna fall down. I think they're gonna get
Whoa.
pretty close to the Cavs.
On whose back?
Well, you're looking at
It's a great question.
starting 5. You got that starting
It's a
5 is really
solid
good.
starting 5.
You got Nah
on paper.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Nah not Triple J. Oh my God, Nah Jalen Johnson. Kaminga's not playing right now, and Onyeka. I mean, those 3.
It's Jalen Johnson. Like he's the guy.
No,
that
but I
has to
think those
carry.
3. I don't think Dyson. You're not relying on Dyson as
Well,
much.
he's defense.
Defense.
CJ McCollum's there. They give a nice vet there, obviously. But I think they get out of the plan. They're going to finish top
Okay.
6.
They beat
Yeah.
the Hornets.
Not
Bad for
happening,
that. Bad
brother.
for the league. No, I'm playing.
Well, I mean, they're going to have to get through. But if they get into the top 6, I can see them winning a first round series. I mean, they were my preseason pick to make the finals, but that was,
Trae
barring
Young
that
prior.
Trae Young being there.
Yeah.
And of course he's not, and that kind of threw that out the freaking window. But I think it's possible. There's no, like, as good as Jalen Johnson is, you need, like, I don't think he's at that level yet to carry this team further than they actually are. I do think it's another year in the play-in. And like I said, you do have a first-round pick that it's either Milwaukee's or it's New Orleans. I forgot after the trade deadline. I moved around a little bit.
Still New Orleans, I think.
And you can wind up getting AJ DeBanza.
Yeah.
And then we have some interesting conversations on what happens in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably wind up not competing if you have a guy like him. But if you wind up getting the 12th pick, then you can take someone that's more ready and you can try and compete. Maybe you make a trade. There's things that they can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's possible. The way they're playing right now is incredible. They were a contender for team spotlight. But 7 games is not enough. I need a little bit more. I need like 10.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes.
All right, let me get into my next team here.
What's your next team, G?
I'm going to go with the Heat here.
Okay. Is Bam going to drop 100 in the playoffs?
Ooh, you're kind of onto something with that.
Yo.
But, all right, so here I got is that Bam Adebayo drops 40 in 3 playoff games, but still loses in the first round.
That's the most Miami Heat exit you could have cooked up, brother.
He's going to drop 40 in 3 of however many. It could be 4
It's against
games.
the Knicks.
It could be 5, 6, or 7 games, but they're going to lose in the first round. That is my bold prediction.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
look, based on how things are trending, that means you have the Cavs beating the Heat. He's regretting everything.
Let's not even talk about that. Let's just talk about Bam dropping 40 in a 7-game series. Let's just talk about that. I don't want to talk about who they're playing against because then
As
it's
of
going to
now,
be
yeah.
like it's going to go against my Cavaliers agenda.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Look, all I'm saying is that Bam Adebayo is averaging 83 points a game since Tua left Miami. That's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I definitely can see the Heat doing that. Bam having 40 in 3 playoff games in a first-round series.
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. It's bold.
That's really bold.
It's bold, but think about it. He's the only guy there,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean,
Is
Norman
Hero-
Powell and Tyler Hero are going to be playing.
Are they going to?
Hopefully.
They just didn't play last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think maybe
Dang.
let
So that
maybe, how about
messes me up a little bit.
let's see like averages 30 in a series. I think that's what
Let's say okay. Let me bring it down a notch.
Yeah.
Let's say 35 in 3 games. It's
Okay,
still it's
fair.
very bold,
very bold.
but it's a
But
little
dude,
bit
if he drops
more
40 in
doable.
3 games,
That's crazy.
That would be
That'd
dude,
be
that would be nuts.
I mean, he's in a scoring bag, right? You think he's gonna go right back to averaging like what was he averaging like 18 points a game?
Dude, I
Like
guarantee
around 20.
Yeah.
I guarantee you Kobe fans are going to lose their shit tomorrow when he drops 12 and 9. Or he might not even play because he expended all his energy the other night.
Yeah.
But he's probably going to have one ass game, and then he'll
Yeah.
go back to his good games. Because I've been keeping tabs on the fantasy league because we do a fantasy league with like a bunch of our friends.
Yeah.
And shout out Prince, he has Bam Adebayo, and he's been having good scoring games from anywhere from like fantasy point wise 25 to 40, and he had 64 fantasy points, which is craziness.
Yeah.
So I see it happening. I think that could be
Yeah.
really cool. All right, Giovanni, you are not going to like this next one.
Oh God.
We're going to your favorite NBA team of all time, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh no. What are you gonna say, bro?
Things are not looking good right now. Obviously, we know the departure of LeBron James is all but confirmed at the end of the season. However, I think the problems are deeper than that. And I think the Lakers are going to have to make a choice. And my bold prediction is that JJ Redick gets fired after a first-round exit.
Ooh, I mean, I'm not terribly mad at that. I just don't think JJ's the problem.
Well,
I think LeBron's the problem, and I think you to give JJ a real shot at this coaching job, Bron cannot be there. Bron can be there because
you're
right now
older.
it's not JJ Redick's team. This is LeBron's team. Doesn't matter who the coach is. This is LeBron's team. If you want to give JJ a real shot at coaching, get rid of LeBron. That's why. That's all I gotta say to that.
I mean, listen, with JJ and LeBron out, they can start the podcast again.
Oh, God.
oh, true.
You
That's a
think
good
they're gonna
point.
be like boys after this?
No, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, because
Yeah,
LeBron's
I
going to leave.
Yeah.
He'll go to Cleveland or Golden State. And then JJ Redick, honestly, if I'm the Nuggets, I would call up his phone instantly
Yeah,
and
yeah.
get David Adelman out of there.
Wait, I
Yeah.
think JJ Redick and LeBron have been like a little bit of clashing.
Even him and Luca have been clashing.
Yeah.
JJ and Luca.
JJ's pretty hot head. He's a pretty hot head.
Because JJ's been in the league. He's a no shit will be tolerated
Yeah.
type of guy.
Yeah.
And at the
And he's
end
gonna
of the
call
day,
you out.
That's exactly what Theo Pinson was talking about this on his podcast on Title League. And Kenny Atkinson had like a temper tantrum during practice the day before he got fired. He was going off on Kyrie and KD. The next day he was gone. And, it's player empowerment is more prevalent in today's NBA.
Yeah.
And I think with the Lakers, you look back at since 23 with Darvin Ham, or actually, no, even since the Frank Vogel days, you win the championship in 2020, you lose in the first round in 21, then you trade your depth for Russell Westbrook.
God.
You don't make the playoffs in 22, then you somehow make the conference finals in 23. That was a ridiculous run. And then in 24, you lose in the first round to Denver. And then last year, you lose in the first round of 5 games to Minnesota, was it? They got gentlemen swept. Another first round exit, especially if it's against the same team. Darvin Ham lost to the same team twice and got thrown out the door. Might be the same exact thing with JJ Redick.
That's fair. That's fair.
I do think he's a good coach, but I don't think he's as good as we think he is. And I don't think he's of the level of like a top 10 coach in the league.
Okay.
I think he's very average, right in the middle of the pack, but he's not bad.
Okay. I think that's actually, I think they do lose in the first round. I just don't think JJ gets fired, but I guess that's a bold prediction.
Yeah, I mean, listen, JJ's been given a nice team, but the players surrounding the stars are just not it. Like Ayton, Vanderbilt, AR, Luka are great. LeBron, obviously, we're going to wait and see, but he needs a better team than what they've given him.
Yeah.
Realistically.
You might also lose Reeves in the offseason.
Yeah.
I know Utah's interested. That could be a really good starting 5.
That would be nice.
Him, Keontae, and the 7-foot towers.
Scary.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They'll be out of tanking talks, and they're going to have a draft pick, too.
Exactly. Well, if they keep it within the top 8, it's their draft pick. If not, it goes to OKC. But Austin Reeves, just know if you ever wind up on the Utah Jazz, get ready to learn rebound, buddy, because Jaren Jackson ain't grabbing those balls. Pause.
Pause, yeah.
But
You got Filipowski there and Walker Kessler.
Yeah, Walker.
Yeah, he'll be back next season.
My gosh, they're stacked.
Yeah, they'll be good.
Yeah.
But I think he resigns. I don't think he'll leave.
Yeah.
He wants to stay. So, boys, 44 minutes in. We're into the final round. This is some of our best time yet. So, Antoine, you have one team left, and you said this is your best one.
Yeah.
So, what do you got?
So, my last one is Detroit.
Ooh.
So, the Pistons are right now the 1 seed, obviously. And finals are on the line, obviously. That's where I'm going.
Okay.
So the Detroit Pistons, led by Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Sar Thompson, and the rest of the guys, will make the NBA Finals and take the Thunder to 7 games
And lose.
and win
Yes.
on a Cade Cunningham
Oh, shoot.
step back 3 over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Dude, I feel you're just making this up as you go.
And win the first ever NBA Finals in how many years, Tyler?
Since
the
19
Bad
no,
Boys.
since
Oh, no,
2004.
Yeah, 2004.
And Cade Cunningham will Cade Cunningham will be now the most clutch player in the NBA
Oh, my God.
and took the clutch shot over the most clutch player
Yeah.
in the NBA.
He's going to steal the aura right from SGA.
And he,
Oh,
because
man.
SGA's going to win clutch player of the year. So
Yeah.
Cade's going to be
Yeah.
like, hold my beer, step back 3 at the buzzer over SGA.
Cade is clutch, though.
But you know who is more clutch than both of those combined?
Who?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, God.
No,
What do you mean no?
no.
This guy
Nope,
is still talking
never.
about bro, Hallie not even played
Nope.
a single game this
But
year.
yeah.
Name
bro.
me one player who's had more game winners in the playoffs than Tyrese Halliburton.
Nope, don't care.
Exactly.
Don't care.
I don't
Dude,
know.
if what he
Michael
said,
Jordan.
if what he said happens, I will be the most insufferable Cade Glazer of all time. Because bro,
Not like he already
He said-
is.
I love how it's so specific though. Step back 3 over SGA
well, you know what I'm
in
thinking.
game 7.
You know what I'm thinking of though, right? When you talk about like these championship teams, and there's like that one rock bottom moment or that one starting moment that starts it all. Last season, when the Pistons got their first national TV game in years, it was flexed. It was a game against the Heat, funnily enough. And Cade he banked in a 3 with 0.3 on the clock over Bam Adebayo.
I remember this. Yeah.
That's what really kickstarted everything.
Yeah.
So now, and pretty funny too, because Bam hit the buzzer beater the year before over Cade, and now obviously it changes, but
Turns of table.
that's going to start the documentary if the Pistons win this. And if you guys go back to our live stream on after Game 7, when my heart shattered into 10 million pieces when the Pacers lost Game 7, I said the Thunder would lose in the finals to Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. So, Antoine, we are there.
I'm going to beat Tyler this year.
Well, technically,
and
we'll be sharing it together because I
Okay,
have that
fine.
clip from last
Fair,
June.
Fair.
That's not happening. And I'll
But-
tell you why right now. With my next team right here.
You have the Thunder. That's why.
I do have the Thunder.
Oh, the
do,
Thunder
but
gonna
bro,
win the finals.
But Cade is so tough.
SGA's gonna
Cade is
hit it.
tough.
He's so
SGA's
tough,
gonna
bro.
hit a step back 3 over Cade Cunningham.
Well, that's very plausible. It's not that
Very
bold.
plausible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what's gonna happen here for the Thunder. Okay.
Okay.
Jared McCain.
My sunshine.
Okay,
God.
your
My
sunshine.
Sunshine.
Not my sunshine. Your
No, he's,
sunshine.
he's everybody's sunshine.
I can't
Okay.
believe the Sixers just got rid of him.
I
like
know
that
it's
still.
insane. But listen here,
Ridiculous, man.
Jared McCain becomes the reason why the Thunder repeat. Okay, he will have the Curry effect and will have plenty of minutes on the bench. And you already see him have the Curry effect.
Yeah.
Do you know how much he's running all over the place on the court, getting threes, playmaking for his teammates?
Yeah.
When he's in there and SGA is not in there, that is his team.
Jared,
That is his, when SGA is on the bench, this is Jared McCain's team.
so
Call me crazy.
Jared McCain for
I will heavily push back on that.
Okay.
Because AJ Mitchell's looking like the next
No,
James
I
Harden
don't
right
care.
now.
I don't care.
Well,
No,
listen,
It's Jared McCain.
He's the one running the offense, though. Jared McCain's just catching and shooting.
No, look, I've seen one game, and that was all.
Which game
That's all
was
I
it?
needed to see.
the Nuggets
Where-
one.
I forgot which. I forgot who they were playing
Mitchell
against.
just came back.
He just came back.
Yeah.
All right, well, it was before that.
Yeah.
And I saw the way Jared McCain was running that offense. My God, it was butter smooth. Butter smooth.
But he's
Just
not
like hot
smooth,
butter.
smooth
butter.
like butter.
Smooth
butter.
like butter. But he's not the offensive floor general like AJ Mitchell is. And AJ Mitchell is a two-way beast.
Yeah, he is.
He can play. He's a 3-level scorer. He can play make. He can guard. So both
is.
of them are the reasons
You know
why.
what? You're right. You're right. But look, it's still going to be McCain is the reason why he's going to be the X factor. I'll say.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe if I want to bring it a little bit less bold,
Look, when we do our
We'll
X
say
Factor
he's the
tier
X
list,
factor.
he'll be in the S tier
he will
for
be
sure.
the S tier.
Yeah.
But
so go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, I just want to bring up a tweet I made yesterday, actually, at the time of filming. It says, the Raptors lost Kawhi after they won their championship. The Lakers got injured and traded away all their assets after winning their championship. The Bucks, I just said they were frauds because the Nets should have won that ring. Then Draymond punched Poole and wound up trading Poole away.
Yikes.
The Nuggets lost Jeff Green and Bruce Brown. And the Celtics lost Tatum and Tingus Pingus after winning their championship. And the Thunder not only gained rotation minutes from AJ Mitchell, you got Jared McCain. So they actually made proactive moves
Sam
to
Presti's the
bolster
GOAT.
their roster. The 76ers handed over McCain and Isaiah Joe for a first-round pick. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like this is I always say, this is the greed they talk about in the Bible. And I'll tell you what, this is going to become a pick your poison type thing because it's either let the Thunder become the villain dynasty or let the Spurs topple them off and they become the villain three-peat dynasty.
Yeah. I mean, listen, right now I was gonna say McCain was the last Infinity Stone
Yes.
for the gauntlet. And the analyst right now is,
The end is
getting
near.
ready. I mean, balance, perfectly balanced, like it should be, as he said.
Yeah.
And that's what they are right now. Obviously, they have some rookies that are coming back too. That's going to be for a next year thing, obviously. And they have 3 first-round draft picks in this draft coming up,
That's
wherever that is.
That's the thing about it too, and it's like it's so crazy in the sense of the Thunder they were proactive about their issues, right? Like we know the Nuggets last year had issues on the defensive end, on the rebounding end. They didn't do anything. The Thunder last season absolutely needed a perimeter defender. You have a Josh Giddey that was not working out in the role he was in, so you go get someone that can
Caruso.
guard the perimeter, and Alex Caruso.
You can guard
Then,
everywhere.
The next issue you had, the team was bricking every 3 in existence. And what do you do? You bring in a 3-point shooter in Jared McCain. It's essentially what's your excuse, Minnesota? What's your excuse, Denver, of making these moves? Minnesota, credit to them. They went out and got Ayo Dosunmu. But
Yeah.
there's so many teams that just rely on what they have, sit stagnant, and the team gets figured out and they lose.
Yeah.
This brings a whole different vibe because AJ Mitchell played maybe 10 minutes in the finals last year.
Yeah.
Not enough to gain a sample size of anything because he was a totally different player.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at Sam Presti as being maybe the GOAT general manager.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
seriously, like
'Cause-
already, like right now, and it could get even better from this.
Look at
point
the
on.
other eras he was a part of.
Exactly.
So,
I think he already is the GOAT. Like, name me another one that's better than him right now.
I mean, probably think like Pat Riley's probably still up there, and I'm sure I'm forgetting other names of really good GMs.
Still say Sam is
RC
better.
Buford's been with San Antonio for so long, and that team's always
Fair,
been really
fair.
good.
Top three.
Top three,
right
top
there.
five, somewhere along those lines. Also, RC Buford. I don't think he hired Pop, but you know, being alongside Pop helped.
And he got
him
all
out.
those European players and all that.
Exactly,
Clutch
yeah.
players, yeah.
Him and Adam Silver get that good lottery relationship. They're like this.
Yeah.
So I like that. I think that's probably the most likely scenario to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you ready
Last
for
one.
the last one?
I don't even know what his
most
team
bold
is.
one of the day.
Most bold one of the day.
I don't even know what
Let's
his
go,
the team
bro.
is.
This is essentially a clip farm. If this happens, I will laugh my ass off, like I said last year, till the end of time. There's only one team left, and
Magic?
we're going to the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
And look, I just want to start off by saying this: if this team could just lock in, they would have by far the easiest pathway to the finals in league history.
Yeah.
Like, this team is so good on paper. They should just wipe the floor with the Eastern Conference. Yet they continue to not do that. And it pisses me off every day because we see how talented Paolo is. We see how talented Franz Wagner is. We see how talented all these guys are. And I think the Magic will hit their breaking point this offseason, and they will trade Paolo Banchero for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yo, that's crazy. I was not expecting that. Okay. But at the same time, it's still like something that could happen.
I don't know. I really don't know how firmly grasped Paolo is to the Magic, and I don't know how firmly grasped the Magic are to Paolo. I think they'd much rather give up Franz Wagner, but at the end of the day, a Giannis-Paolo swap makes a lot of sense for both sides because Giannis has got an incredible defense around him in Orlando already because that defense is just insane.
Yeah.
You'll need to get some shooting, which, you know, I'm sure you can find that in the offseason. Someone will want to play with Giannis and Franz Wagner. You get that European connection with them, and Paolo can be around some shooters for the first time in his career.
Right.
You have AJ Green, Ryan Rollins, Kyle Kuzma's playing better as of late. He can shoot the rock. Kevin
was
Porter
in the
can
3-point
shoot.
contest.
Exactly, yes. So you have guys behind Paolo that can shoot the rock. And I think that is the missing piece for the Orlando Magic to truly make 2027 a true battle for the ages. Because think about it this way, right? If Giannis goes to Orlando, they're in title contention automatically.
Yeah.
Detroit is still there. A revamped Cavs team with LeBron James and James Harden and Donovan Mitchell is there. We know the Knicks and Celtics aren't going away. The Pacers will be back.
Oh, shoot.
Dude.
The East is all of a sudden
The East would all of a
stacked.
sudden be really good again.
Wow.
Especially if you factor in maybe some guys in the West move. Like maybe they trade for Kawhi. That
Wow.
could be another
It's possible.
smart option. Paolo in LA with Benedict Mathurin and Darius Garland.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, I never even thought of this, but I can see Paolo fitting in with a lot of these teams, and I can see the Magic trading him as well. So
Yeah. So I guess the revised is that I think it's mainly for Giannis because I think he's the most likely to go.
yeah,
I do think Kawhi will stay in LA.
Yeah.
But he could also go to LA and Kawhi could come to Orlando. And again, you could see a situation of Kawhi probably doesn't want to go, but he might just go there for 1 year, win a championship, and then just get the hell out of there. Again,
Yeah.
which would stamp Kawhi in some crazy all-time legacies.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not sure what else the Magic would have to give up because Giannis is like a top 5 player, but then again, Paulo's 23, 24.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah.
So you might not have to give up a lot of pieces.
Yeah, France wouldn't really entice, I think, the Bucks at all. I think Paolo, obviously being a number 1 overall pick in the past and has so much untapped potential,
Yeah.
just not fitting with the Magic. Unless they say Jamal Mosey's the problem, he's got to go.
Well, he's going to
Bring
go
in a new
regardless.
coach.
That's
and
my
keep
guess.
Paolo.
Where did you guys rank him on your coaches list, huh?
Jamal
Pretty
was
high.
high for me, was he?
I
let
put him
me-
low.
I have
You
it up
guys
here
had him at
actually.
like 10 or like 9. I'm
I
like,
think
nah,
I've-
dude, he's like 15.
I don't remember.
He's been abysmally bad this
Yeah.
season, and it's like such an atrocity to the sport because you're the coach of the year finalist like not even that long ago.
yeah.
Right now, we're trying to find where we placed Jamal Mosley on our coaching rank list. So Gio had him 21st.
Yeah. Come on.
And
I was locked in when I
me
said
and
that.
Anthony had him 14th. I
Okay.
had him in 11th. So I will hold my hands up. I was wrong about Jamal Mosley. I apologize. But then again, I feel like if he goes to a team that has an offense, then he can be better.
Yeah.
But I think a Giannis Palo swap is my bold prediction for this season.
I like it.
Hopefully, I go triple platinum with this or the Boston one like I did with Indiana last year.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything's stopping that Pacers prediction.
Yeah, I was insane.
Yeah.
Dude, we would have gone so viral if they wound up winning Game 7.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm heartbroken,
Literally
bro.
that close. Like, no, I'm talking about literally because the Achilles tendon is that thick.
And they were
Like,
leading
literally.
at halftime.
Yeah.
The third quarter just got away from them, and
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, man. But it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that concludes our 2026 edition of our 15 bold predictions for the playoffs and offseason and everything like that. Let us know down in the comments. What is a bold prediction for your favorite team? And who had the wildest one out of the 15 we did? And boys, how do you think that went?
I think it went really
Yeah,
well.
we did good.
Think
That
we'll
was
get
fun.
some of these right?
I think for sure.
Maybe a few.
Some of the lukewarm like predictions we have are definitely plausible. The
Yeah.
bold ones,
Yeah.
hopefully we get a few.
Exactly.
So
And boys, do we have anything else to say before we get into the outro?
I think we're ready for the
Yeah,
outro.
we're ready.
All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of episode number 99 of the Floor Spacer podcast. Before we get into the G of the week and the word of the week, how do we feel that we're just about to get into our 100th episode next week?
It's massive.
a
Now
big
we're,
number.
we're in triple digits, and then after that's going to be 4 digits.
Well,
That's going to be
no.
a while.
It's gonna be a
that's
long
like,
time.
Come on.
That's
that's
going to be a
like-
while.
That's like
Like years.
10, that's like a decade.
If we make it to 1,000 episodes,
unless
oh my
unless if we
goodness.
ever decide to do like 2 episodes a week, then we
Yeah.
could definitely get there a lot faster. But
That's-
you know,
that's a
that'll
lot.
happen when the time comes.
Yes.
Now, Gio, we talked about a G of the week earlier. Would you like me to put it on the screen?
Yeah, can you please? Because I was
Yes.
actually trying to find it. and I'm
Would
like,
you
I
Would you
can't
like
find
to give the context, or do you want me to?
it. You give the context.
Okay, so
Gio's an idiot.
this was a short we did a couple Fridays ago. If you guys want to go check it out, I'll link it down below, or just click the link above Gio's head again, where I had these guys try and guess the top 10 players with the most three-pointers made in NBA history. And they got 9 of the 10. And Antoine thought the last player was Paul George. And Gio was like, no, it's definitely not Paul George. Then Antoine brought it up again, and Gio still said no. And it wound up being Paul George.
Let me just say this. Who would think that Paul George has more three-pointers made than Kevin Durant? Who would think that?
Well, Kevin Durant spams the mid-range. That could be the
he
argument.
spams threes too.
No, but not as
He
much as
played
the
for the Golden
mid-range.
State Warriors from 2018 to what was it?
2017 to 2019.
I
There you
told
go.
you PG from the indie days, regardless, and even
Not even from the
Clippers.
indie days. Like he was more of a three-point shooter in OKC and the
Okay.
Clippers.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
In the indie days, he was not a three-point shooter.
Yeah.
It was mostly after his injury. So that's why I was like, there's no way he's on the list. And he happened to be on the list, unfortunately. But shout out to this guy. No username 1524. You're the GOAT, bro, because you're just like me.
Comments on the screen, by the way.
Comment says, I kept shaking my head and screaming no whenever Paul George's name was being brought up. After watching the whole video or the whole short, I feel like a donkey. So, yeah, dude.
I'm gonna like the
I
comment.
felt the same way. So that's
Yeah.
all I could say. Shout out to you, man. You're literally my twin.
Yeah, that is objectively hilarious. Although, Antoine, do you think no username 1524 is the Giovanni Squatteri version of Get Off My Dickerson?
Yeah.
There's a real possibility that is you.
Yeah.
You guys think I do? I don't even comment myself on these
the
sometimes.
crazy thing is that if Gio were to make a burner, and if we were to ever find it, he would completely forget that. Like, hold on, I'm gonna get it. It's coming to me. I had it in my brain fart. Gio would make his burner account,
Oh, I ripped my headphones
burner
out of my
account
ears.
username so nonchalant, like that we would know it's him because he'd put like Russ Lover 69.
No, it's gonna be like he's like I'm tough, like 28.
I'm tough.
No,
Yeah.
or no, I think Russ, something with Russ or like High Rocks Lover 5'4", and we're gonna know it's he would never do something like
You think I'm that dumb, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You put burger like 100%. Come
Yeah,
on,
you're
Gio.
killing me,
Come
bro.
on, bro.
That's
You're
funny
actually
as
killing
hell.
me.
Come on.
That
And,
is
and
funny
it
as
took me
hell.
10 minutes to think of that because my brain was going crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you for being the clown of the podcast, bro. I don't
Listen,
think
man.
I would make it without you, man.
The other thing he gets
I'm
he
playing-
gets
I'm-
he gets
I'm
clowned
playing
on.
with you.
He gets clowned on by the comments.
Who?
Antoine.
Yeah.
But it's like when people comment about you, I would say 60% of them are like so distraught because they just want you to not sell, and you just continue to sell.
Dude, and a lot of them are haters too. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
yo,
the other 40%.
Yeah, they go
bro.
at Gio like
this dude
crazy.
sucks,
too. Like, I know, I get it, I'm dumb, but like, dang,
It's not that you're dumb. It's just like
I just sell, I guess.
you just sell. Like when there was shout out Kev. Whenever we used to play Fall Guys, there was one game mode that he just sucked in, and I called him just a marketing major because he was just really good at selling in that single event. And Gio, you are the most expert salesman I've ever met.
guess what? I mean,
What are you
One of
selling?
my favorite classes was marketing.
What are you
in
selling?
sports, so
Chocolate.
He's selling the shorts.
Girl Scout cookies. Actually, I need Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, I love
Oh,
Girl Scout
so
cookies.
good.
They're so good.
They're amazing.
So, but yeah, obviously, next week is our 100th episode. I think we'll keep it a surprise what we're doing. Just know it's going to be a lot of intense debating. That's really all I can say.
Yeah.
So you guys might have a general idea of what it is, but like I said, you'll see when the time comes. And that episode's slated to drop on Sunday, March 22nd, 2026. Stamp it, remember it. That will be the glorious day. And obviously, yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. It goes to 11K by May 1st. If you're on Spotify audio platforms, give us 5 stars, answer the polls, leave a review, all that good stuff. Follow our socials at Floor Spacer Pod on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Personal socials are on the screen right here. Get my guy Giovanni to 1 million Instagram followers. Make sure to join the Discord server, follow the Twitch, and go check out the House of Highlights video. Again, shout out to House of Highlights. Shout out to all of them for just a wonderful experience and letting me be a part of it. It truly means the world, and I would love to be back. I would love to run it back for everything, especially there's one other video coming out that let's just say I'm not proud of. And obviously, thank you guys for 2 years of the show. That's the most insane thing. Friday, March 13th was our 2-year anniversary. This episode's dropping on the 15th or 16th, depending on how long it takes me to edit. So we appreciate all the love and support. It truly means the world. And boys, do we have anything else to say before we get out of here for the week?
Kiss you goodbye.
No, we're going to Steph Curry.
Let's go to sleep. We hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. We love you all endlessly. Giovanni Squitieri is begging and pleading LeBron James goes back to the Cavs so he could buy season tickets.
Dude, why is
and
he
we'll
doing
see you
this?
all next week in our 100th episode. That is just absolutely insane. Peace out.
Why does he always end it like that, bro?
How are you going to get to Cleveland?